Hiya, my name's Nick. Welcome to the Bear's Paws. What can I get you? Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? How are we all doing? Warm. It's warm as balls. Mandy, how you doing? Casper, how's things, bud? Tomash, who goes it? Right, let's have a look. One, the cinema advert. I'm very, very pleased with the way that came out. That took a fair bit of effort. Just trying to make it sound correctly more than anything else. That really took a bit of effort. But I'm pleased the way it came out. Yeah, Scar Park, very pleased with that as well. I think AI and I have to say a big thank you to Terry Hall for co-writing that one. Because let's face it, that is just completely Terry Hall, isn't it? That's the specials all the way through it. The latest 8 Mile Radius, loving it. Definitely Wakeman is in there. It stinks of Cape, doesn't it? 1 year. It is as well. It's 1 year since the first, what I call the first proper stream. There was a couple before that, and then there was sort of what we know now as the longer streams, but the very first proper full-on one was a year ago yesterday, which was absolutely exceptional. A year has flown by, and you're not a newcomer to it. You're just a fully fledged member of the community. Joe Biden said he would pop in, but I think that means he's going to end up in someone else's stream, confused as to what's going on. My beautiful face, you need to go and get your eyes tested. The cinema advert makes you want in Indian. Yes, it was Mandy's idea, the trailer. So thank you for that, Mandy. It was a fantastic idea. And it took a little bit of messing around with getting that right, but delighted the way it's come out. Some of these things take a hell of a lot of effort to make them work. But that's part of the fun for me. Learning how to make things. Every time I try and do something, I learn something new. Whether that's messing with Canva, CapCut, all these programs to make things. It's great. I really enjoy it. But it can be a pain in the arse when you're trying to do something and it won't work. Just got to keep on going, haven't you? Learn it. Teach yourself. Get on YouTube. Find out. How do I make this sound like this? And I think Reddit. I managed to get the sound from Reddit. There was a load of settings. You put it into Audible. I said, just put the graphic equalizers, this to that, that to that, and that to that, and it'll sound very much like the 70s or 80s. I thought, oh, yeah, of course it will. I'd done it, and holy fuck, it sounded exactly like the 80s. I just couldn't do the accents, unfortunately. That clipped British accent. It's not me. Great reminder about the anniversary. Mandy is the brains behind the operation. I certainly am not. There's no brains involved with me, you know. And if it looks like I've forgotten something, I probably will do, because last night at 11:15, Jess rang me. Can you come and pick us up? So I had to pick her up and a mate, take them into town, Southport town. And then I got another call at about 4:30 this morning. Can you come and pick us up? So I picked her, a mate, and 2 other friends up. I dropped everyone off. Got home, got in bed for 5:30 this morning. At 8, my alarm went off because there was someone coming round to valet my dad's car for him. Organised by my sister, who doesn't live anywhere near me, which was fantastic. So they were here, started at 8:30. They finished at about 20 to 12, and I left 5 minutes later to go and get them from the airport. So it's been a very, very long day. I am fucking exhausted. But it's nice to have your mum and dad back. Nice to have got there as well to the airport. Chilled a little bit. Seen the yellow submarine. I sent a picture of it to Ali as well, by the way. I know how obsessed she is with that. I think I saw my mum and dad's plane coming in and landing. Well, not landing, but just coming in to land. Sort of private jet taking off. Have we sold someone? Have we bought someone? You never know. But managed to get there and back with no problems. Got my car washed as well. It's been a very busy day so far. And the thumbnail for the anniversary stream looks like you circled the time, not the date. I couldn't amend that, unfortunately, so I just put it in as it was. Because it was a last minute thing to even jump on a stream while I was in the car. How am I doing after the airport runs? I'm absolutely wasted. Thankfully, my ma went to Chippy. So we had something quick and easy to eat, and I fell asleep on my bed for about 20 minutes. Watching Only Fools and Horses, as one does. But yeah, I am absolutely exhausted, so hopefully I'll sleep tonight. Hopefully. And then I've got to text Jess as well and find out what time I'm taking her in the morning, because this never ends. But the valet guys were absolutely superb as well. It's the younger brother of someone who went to school with my nephew. So I think because he's known to the family, we might be using him more often. Steve, how you doing, bud? You watching the cricket highlights? Are there highlights? Are there actual highlights? I haven't seen any of the score today, apart from the fact that West Indies appeared to be doing quite well from what I'd seen. But yep. Hi, Steve. Good evening, Helen. Our Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field, has to be said. And woof woof to our Rubes too. Ruby Roo. More of which later. Shame there was a bit of a Windies collapse. Oh man. You had an eye on that and an eye at Lancashire at Sedbergh. What is that? Sedbergh crossing. Eye on the golf and eye on the F1. You must look like Marty Feldman doing that. Who won golf? Xander. Rose come second. Is that Justin Rose? Cumbria ground looked lovely. Oh, right. Harry Brooks old school. Lank's trying to make connections there for future talent recruitment, as they should. Ah well. Lovely to see it. Isn't it warm, man? I'll have to check the temperature. I wore a hoodie on the way down earlier on today, because it was 13 degrees or something. It's now 18 and very, very, very sunny. When I say very sunny, I mean very sunny. Ali, how you doing? Ali, oh. I think you need a cricket ball drop to go with the football one. Remind me of that later. Remind me. Also, the now serving, I have done some of them, but not all of them. Just because exhausted. But I managed to do some of them anyway, so the rest of them won't take too long. When I've got a little bit of time, I can tidy things up. I think everything's alright. Getting there. Cool right down today, about 18 there too. Not too bad if it's been hotter during the day, but it was cooler earlier, so this is now really, really warm to me. It's mad. Crickety balls. How is Mrs. Tom? Is Mrs. Tom alright? Greetings and salutations, Saphodemus and Pliers. Mandy, is yours done? Yes, yours is done. I've done... Oh, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I've done 11 or 12. I think. So I've done a fair bit. Thomas, you want a picture of mid-90s Glen Chapel whenever there's hot cricket discourse? Is this when he was still ginger? Hopefully with his hand in the air. I can do that. I can definitely do that. That was a great Lancashire team back then. What did you miss? Oh, you've missed all kinds, Saf. We put the Wales to right. We discovered the meaning of life. Found a cure for all known ills. Oh, and everyone wants a curry now. Ali Tree, as she's known now. That's a rap battle name, Ali Tree. All better for seeing her, of course. Mrs. Tom's laid up in bed after the surgery Friday. How's she get on with it? She okay? Get well soon, Mrs. Tom. Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? That was you being subtle, by the way. Subtle as a house brick. In that case, Mandy's doing the first shift. There you go. It's not a huge difference, just enough, I think, to make it look a little bit tidier. Me think. And I don't have to have the now serving up and then different people's names going over. Everyone's got their own little picture, which should be the same size. Shit, I forgot. Should be that they might not be. I haven't resized everyone. Oh, bollocks to it. Oh well, what you see is what you get. Hopefully they'll all be near enough the same. If not, I'll resize them live. No, I won't. Full Ginge Chapel. Yeah, hero, albeit one born in Yorkshire and a copite to boot, but he is a proper full-on lanky hero. Most important question, where's your scran, la? Well, we're having to have curry, aren't we? Everyone's having curry, by the look of it. Ali's having shredded chicken and chips with curry sauce. Get on it. Little update. I'm hoping that there's going to be a few little bits and pieces to tidy things up as much as anything, and to make it easier on me, because there's a shitload of effort has to go into doing these things, and the easier I can make it on myself, the better. Kirsty, how you doing? Wrong colour hair. It is a generic lady, and there's also a generic man. Oh, hello, at the bottom there.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Kirsty, level 24, fantastique, as they say in Japan. You've got biryani and carrot cake if anyone wants. Get in it. That Lancashire team in the 90s was really good, actually, yeah. Didn't win anywhere near as much as they should have done. Should have been dominant. Although for me, Lancashire will always be Wazimakru. The best in-swinging Yorker left-hander I've ever seen. Incredible. Must have been horrible to play against. From Chinese takeaway, we had Chinese takeaway earlier on. I had Singapore fried rice because I like a little bit of spice. Oh, Ali will have some, and you can feed it to her. Very kinky. What are we drinking tonight? Well, I am on Corona Ferro or Corona Zero. Don't know why South America don't pronounce the C's and stuff with a th. So it's cerveza. It just doesn't sound right to me. But then I never sounded right to them when I was in Cuba, speaking with a full-on Spanishy accent. Wasm was special, absolutely superb. Especially him and Waka playing together, one at each end. Horrific being a bowler during that time. You had them, and then all of a sudden you had Curtly Ambrose and Courtney Walsh as well. And then Warner McGrath coming through. Just every few years there was someone else. This little partnership, horrific. All the way through to recent days with Broad and Anderson, I suppose. Man, you've forgotten the to-do list already. I should just have a whiteboard behind me, shouldn't I? And just quickly write on it whatever I'm doing. Only I keep forgetting to put the board on there. I need to write down on the whiteboard to remember to put up a whiteboard. Neil Fairbrother was always underrated. He was a fantastic player, Neil Fairbrother. One of those solid Nicky Butt type people. Every team, no matter what sport it is, needs someone like that who just comes in, does a job and gets on with it. And Alan Harper, if you will, for some of the more alas. Yeah, answered the Yati will do. Venkatesh Prasad and Javagal Srinath were a Tero duo as what they were as well. Jeez. There's been plenty of them over the years, hasn't there? It's never normally just one bowler coming through. It's normally a proper pair of absolute bastards, which is great to watch. Even if they're playing against your team, it's still good to watch. Not many things better than watching things like Alan Donald against Michael Atherton, or Curtly Ambrose versus Michael Atherton. In fact, anyone against Michael Atherton, because he was a tough bugger, wouldn't give in to them. But Donald against Atherton, absolutely fantastic. Great to watch. Saf, how good's your catapult? Personal question, isn't it? Ali, the song is perfect for you. Clearly, while you're waiting for a reply from Safadimus. Super agent now, is he, Fairbrother? Get with the cashes. Oh yeah, grab some pizza. Loads of scran there. Alan Harper, the Blue David Fairclough. Alan Harper is the reason why we won titles. If it wasn't for him and Kevin Richardson, we wouldn't have won titles. They came in, they did a job. I think Alan Harper played in every single position apart from goalkeeper in my time watching Everton, and was brilliant every single time. You know, right back, left wing, centre half, midfield, forward, everywhere, literally everywhere. The good old days. Long time ago when we was fab. Fanny de Villiers and Alan Donald were a pairing of note. They were. Alan Donald was horrible. One of those nasty, repulsive men who ever walked the earth, and yet people speak really highly of him off the pitch as just being a really nice fella. That's what you need. You can be a really nice, proper, really nice fella, but when you cross that white line, be as horrible and nasty as you need to be to win games. What a bowler, though. And de Villiers as well, fantastic. I used to love that South African team as well. Any team that had Jack Callis in it and Alan Donald, for me, was worth watching. We're talking cricket or football. We're talking cricket, but I haven't got a cricket thing, have I? So balls to you. That's why you need a visual clue. Maybe then we need an actual cricket bat rather than Glenn Chappell, because I'm not sure Mandy would recognise him. Donald v Atherton's heroic stuff from both parts, definitely. Atherton and West Indies facing Ambrose and Walsh. The pitch is flat to the extent you can see Atherton's reflection in it. Just that game that they had it was an abandoned game, wasn't it? At Sabine Park, where the pitch was like corrugated iron. I've never seen anything like it. I'm surprised that anybody even stood there and faced the ball against that West Indies attack. Fair play to Atherton. One brave lad. Ali tree. Yeah, it's how much they'll feed you. You need one of those French chairs, a chaise longue, for Ali to stretch out and get fed. And instead of being fed grapes like some Roman empress, being fed Chinese, being pinged with, I was going to say chicken balls, but no. Just sent us a pic, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Thomas got some sausage. He's got sausage. Alan Donald was the opposite here. Brilliant on field, but an ass office. It's strange because they all... Oh, we are. Hey. Our Rubes is watching. Look at that. Isn't that marvellous? Isn't that lovely? I love that. Hello, Ruby. What a boss picture that is. Thank you, Steve. Sean Pollock. What a player. What a player. He was superb. Absolutely fantastic bowler. And incredibly ginger as well. Nobody except Ali is ordering. I'll have another one of them then. A Corona Thero. Ali wants some battered sausage. Kirsty spends ages trying to type it in. I don't know what you mean. If you can't spell the word and the phone doesn't know what you want to say, you're a bit stuck, aren't you? Easily done. I remember Phil de Freitas playing for Poland against England in a tour match. A few days later he got to suit up for England. Is that the series where he actually played really well for us, de Freitas? I seem to remember he had a really, really good series over in South Africa. And it's now, I don't know, why does that stick in my mind? Help yourselves, get stuck in, go ahead then. Chaise longue, yeah, chaise longue. Hey, bollocks, you doing this just to annoy me? No. Do you mean me talking? No. It kept coming up with to Chase Loan. Maybe you have to if you want to buy a really expensive one. Chase Loan to purchase the chaise longue. That could be an 8 Mile Radius song going on there. Ah, Rube, she's lovely, isn't she? More to be seen soon. Fun fact, your niece gets called Ruby Ruby too. Oh, you've poured mine like a civilised person. Thank you, Andy. At least one of us is civilised round here. And it ain't me. But it should be. I should have bought that thing, shouldn't I? The big... Not a stein, but you know what I mean. One of those ale tankery things. Glass ones. With the Bears Paws logo on it. So we can have a sing-alongy. Don't worry, the bollocks knows who he is. It's alright. So if you want to put words in there, if they appear, they appear. If they don't, it's because they're on the banned list. So don't worry about that. Let me worry about that. I have got to add a couple more. But it's no biggery. Ian Austin, another underrated Lancs player. There was a hell of a lot of good players back then. We still have, but back then, really, proper top-class players. I enjoyed watching them back then. I don't get to watch cricket that often now, apart from when England play or things like the 100 or whatever, stuff that's on that you can watch piecemeal. I'd rather watch 5 days of proper test match, though, if I can. Loving the song. Truth is, there are no beer bottles. Couldn't find the battered sausages. We think you need to get them back in. We need to. Get another order in. We can do that. Well, by the way, we're 25 minutes in, so remember everyone asking Steve about how he was getting on with his wall, his pier, his whatever else we were calling it in between. Well, let's have a look, see if this works.
Morning, guys. This is where I've been working. This is what the original brick pier looked like. That's what the old one looked like that I rebuilt and got knocked down. Well, I didn't get knocked down, but it was knocked down. And that is the new one I've done. There's Ruby. Hello, Ruby. So you can see I've had to cut all these corner angles, reshaped all them bricks. And the fancy bricks at the top, creating the corbel effect so the rain doesn't run down the brickwork. So there you go. New, old. This is where I've been working. This is Old Hall, Ingham. Please don't have to rebuild them chimneys. Oh, I am. Alright, guys. Short but sweet. Unlike me. See you all soon. Bye.
Well, there you go. That was definitely worth waiting for. That's not just good building, that's craftsmanship, that, mate. Well done. And our Ruby, looking very excitable. Superb. Cheers for that, Steve. Much appreciated, mate. So we've had Steve's handiwork. We've had Ali's alibi when she was in France, apparently going to visit the Louvre when she was actually going to do wet work. If you know, you know. This isn't just me talking at a camera, so if anyone wants to share anything with the rest of the group, just send it to me and I'll quite happily put it on screen. This is for all of us. So I'm made up with that. Thanks a lot, Steve. Really is appreciated, mate. Yeah, it's absolutely talented. We're on the band list. Gerard isn't, but he should be because of Paul Gerard, if nothing else, who was an absolute piss nipple. Imagine getting beat by Gary McAllister from that far out. God, I'm not bitter. So if you're a minor emergency, all sorted, good. Don't worry about it. No need to apologise either. If anything happens, you know what I mean? Definitely worth waiting for, I'd say so as well. No wonder it took a week. That's not just put together, slapped together. You could probably do just a normal square pillar. Knock one of them over in the space of a day, couldn't you? Not when you're actually putting proper effort into it. Wonderful. That looks superb. Wet work. Yeah, if you know, you know. Wet work, isn't that that's a map, isn't it? On Call of Duty. Is that the one on the ship? I think it is, isn't it? One with all the cargo, freighty cargo things. I loved and hated that map in equal measure. If you were on one side of it, you used to snipe the shit out of everyone. If you're on the other side, just give in. Thanks for sharing our worries. When you've done something like that, I think it deserves to be shared anyway. Definitely. Quality. Anybody not understand the word you said? No. If people can understand me when I'm talking, they can understand you, mate. Seriously. Any footage of any finished work, send it in. As I think it was mentioned before, was it Mandy who mentioned it? Might have been, probably was. To have a sort of Take Heart, Tony Hart gallery. I don't know, would I get a copyright strike for using the music? We know what the music is. If you're of a certain age, now over to the gallery. We could have that. I can say it's ours, this. It's not mine, it's ours. I don't want it just to be my stream, it's our pub. It's where we come to heal our hurt. What the? Flip-flops. Sound like a train taking off. It's just someone walking in flip-flops. How weird's that? Yeah, 8MR could cover the gallery music. They could. There's a few cover versions I'd like to hear. Definitely. I'd like to hear Muse doing Bicycle Race by Queen. Mandy, how's your knitting? How you getting on with your knitting? Me exercising, not great this week. I've managed to hit. Hang on, where am I? Oh, holy me fox. Yes, I've managed to hit my steps target for the last 2 weeks running. Well, not running, obviously, but you know. And even done it today, despite the fact that I've spent a lot of it driving. That shows you don't need to put much effort in. Just getting up, answering the door, making a cup of tea, carrying a few things here and there. I've hit me, so I am doing all right with the walking. The hand, on the other hand, yes, has been sore and very tired. And also, oh, it's not tremoring. Not tremoring there. Bizarre. Man, you were just about to write that as well. I need to get more 8 Mile Radius stuff out, but also I did record the trip down to Liverpool Airport and the GoPro cut out before I managed to get all the way to the airport. I think it cut out on, might have been Speak Hall Avenue. But if I throw a load of Horace Haiku trip hop over the top of it, it might be a nice relaxed, chilly out vid. So I might do that. Might take me a while though, because it's 45 minutes long, that particular video. Only to be put on if you're bored shitless. You knitted a bear's paw, man. You're not a full size one though. Well, you don't know, do you? Because you don't know how big the bears are. There's a difference in size, isn't there? I mean, Kipper's is fairly hefty, whereas Horace is small and light, live. And polar bears are massive. So, you know, well, Ali, do you know what? I've got to keep on doing what I'm doing because I'm definitely using my hand more. Absolutely using it more. Just it's not as good as it should be, but it's better than it was. So isn't that all I can ask for, really? I couldn't use it at all. Now I can use it for little bits and pieces. I will take that as a positive. Don't know why you called Steve Grandad. Out of affection, isn't it? Phenomenon. I said 3 paw pads, but it looks weird. No, it doesn't. And the reason why is because... oh, bollocks to it. I can't even get through here. He's over there somewhere. On the bottom of Kipper's hand, paw, wherever, there's 3 paw pads. That's it. And when he does that and puts his print down on the whiteboard, I think you'll find there's 3. So that's it. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Huh. Our Kirsty knows how to be annoying. No. Now you know how to record, you try and do some more, that's great. Love it. How's the hay fever? Now that you mentioned it, I've just started getting sniffly, sneezy. It's been alright. Definitely think that air purifiers are a necessity, just to take some of the, I don't know, the edge off things. But I've also been doing some cleaning, and I got rid of some stuff that I've been just hanging around for years. So there's been a little bit of dust around as well. But things are tidier. Stuff's been chucked, which is good. Although I've lost a laptop. I've got 3 laptops. Well, I've got 4 including my work one, but I can only find 2 of them at the moment. I've put a laptop down somewhere, and for the fuck of me, I can't find it. I've put it somewhere, haven't I? I'll put that there, because it'll stay out the way. It won't get hurt, it won't get broke. And now I can't find the bastard thing. I'll trip over it. It'll be in the toilet or something, won't it, obviously. Don't know why I'm looking around here now, as though it's going to jump out and say, here I am. What species of bear are Horace and Kippers? I think Horace might be a mongrel. He's part Kodiak, part brown bear, which is why he's black and white. Kippers, on the other hand, I don't know, I think he's some kind of weird, he might be a Romanian bear. You know, one of those mad ones that lives in the woods. The kind of ones that people wake up in the morning with the GoPro and there's a bear's head there looking at them going, alright. In fact, he might be related to Yogi Bear. He's got that look about him, hasn't he? That sort of caramelly, gingery look about him. Whenever you mention picnicker baskets, his ears. There you go, see, look. Yeah, me from all the way over there. So he could be part Yogi. It's too big for Horace, too small for Kippers, and too orangey for Crows. In case you've been called far worse than that, of course you have. We all have, haven't we? Let's face it. As long as I don't call you too early in the morning, we're grand. Of course not. Yeah, Ari's looking forward to more and more and more. I would say that we all are. Anything like that where people have genuinely got talent, it's nice to see. Horace is a sort of panda. It could be. He could be, I don't know, did a panda shag a Kodiak? Is that what it is? Is it in my go bag? It's not. It's not in my work shoulder bag. It's not in me ready thingy bag. It won't fit in my I'm leaving the house, so I may need to do some YouTubery bag, which is only small, but it's got all the proper kit in there. I've put it somewhere. It's not in any of the drawers. I thought I might have put it next to the sofa in the front room, but I haven't. Just it'll turn up. It's in the house, that's all I know. Definitely in the house somewhere. So we shall see. Then we shall overcome. We shall overcome. Care Bears, they are, apart from Kippers has been hanging around with Jeff too much and now he's a couldn't Care Bear. Kippers is a Heinz 57, he's got that look about him, hasn't he? Heinz 57s, by the way, with dogs are always the best because they last longer. Pedigree dogs look beautiful and don't last 5 minutes. A proper mongrel will live. There'll be mongrel dogs, cockroaches and Keith Richards. They were the only things left after an atomic bomb. You just realised you haven't had a joint since Thursday. Are you trying to cut down? Are you trying to give them up? Yep. There you go. Amanda's sent a picture of the paw. Look at that. That's a proper bear's paw, that, isn't it? See, I think that's exactly what it should look like. A bear's paw. with 3. Because that's the magic number. It's a good thing because you've been smoking a bit less. Definitely good for you then. Not getting enough smoke down you. Much better. He's a coriander. A coriander does sound very much like a South African animal, doesn't it? I like that. He said panda because he's black and white. I think he's definitely got a bit of panda in him. It's behind me. Oh no, it isn't. Keep up the good work to cut down on the smoking. That's your plan. Stick to it if you can. Good on you. Cut down is better than not cut down. Definitely. Not quite a peer. But if you make another one, it'll be a peer of pause, wouldn't it? Do all staff get a bear's paws pork earring? Now that would be a great idea. I wonder if I could get them made. I'll look into that, you know. I'll see how much they are to get key rings made. Probably be really expensive, won't they? Unfortunately, because fuckers. Steve, you need scale. What kind of scale could you provide? Africa has no bears. That's what you think. Africa does have bears. It has bears paws bears. We get everywhere. Ali, you can't even knit a straight row. Take some doing that knitting. "3-inch, Steve." Mandy, that's a bit harsh, that, isn't it? Can't be calling them that. It's bang out of order. Bottle openers, another one. That's a good idea. Bottle openers is a fantastic idea. Let's look into that. Now serving Canva. I wrote it down. I actually did it, as you can see. Oh, Mandy, I forgot earlier on. I didn't do the piggly ding. I do apologise. And you've been on for about 6 months. Who fancies doing the next shift? Put a can of drink next to it. That's a good idea. We know how big drinks are. At Sandy Bay, you like to get bear though. Bear. Saf, you are up. No problem. Right, what do I do now? Shit. Yes. There you go. It did work. That means I've got to take one off and put one on. Slightly different, but yeah, the same. Coasters. Unfortunately, all these I can't do through T-Mill because they're a print-on-demand peopleage. But I could get things. I know I can get beer mats made for not too much money. Bottle openers, I think probably they won't be too bad either. I think the little sort of claw ones, if you know what I mean, don't you? Little claw ones. They're like a little fingery thing, one of those. I think there's loads of places do them, and all you need to do is, I think they laser etch something on there, don't they? So they might be cheap enough. I did almost buy a 3D printer a couple of days ago, but then I sat there and thought to myself, what the bleeding hell do I need a 3D printer for? So it suddenly passed me by. But yeah, so yeah, Ali, you're next. Don't worry, you're next. You will be next. As Jed is my witness. Mandy, you don't got no cans. Right, and now I've just remembered, even though I've just said I've had to change because I didn't piggly ding, I've only just piggly dinged. For fuck's sake. There's got to be a way of automating that, isn't there? I'm going to have to look into that at some point. can I automate it so every time I click on something different, or someone new rather, it restarts. Nkose Sikelele. Is it Nkose? You're feeling patriotic, seeing your flag up. Good. And it's nice to see we've had a Welsh flag and a South African flag. Nice to see them being up and repped as well. Other than chip butties, make do with whatever sandwiches Kirsty sends out. Get on them, just get on them, the boss. So now, yeah, Saf, now you're behind the bar, can you feed Ali some of your goodies and maybe some food as well? A rum and coke and a mint tea for Helen. Lovely jubbly. There's 2 chip and bacon butties. To print things in 3D, you suppose. Yes, but what? This is the same as having a laminator. I do actually use the laminator. You know. And also, that reminds me, I do need to print something off for my dad now that he's back. And laminate it so he can use it in the car, write on it. For his he's a driving instructor, so he'll go through manoeuvres, write on it. This is where you've got to be. This is what you got to do, and then just wipe it clean. So I'll do that for him this week. Yeah, but the 3D printing, as I was thinking about it, was could I make a keyring, and how do you make something and then print it? It's not the same as making something to print on a piece of paper, like a flag or something. That's a piece of piss. How do you do it to print something 3D, plasticky? It's mad. Glass of Coke for Kirsty, naturellement. Safe's a good lad, isn't he? Black Russian and Walkers for Armande. And a bucket of brushy as well, must be warm there. Pepsi and a twist of lemon. Very nice. Bear's paws, obviously. I'll get some biryani and miwadi as requested. Lots of butter and salt and vinegar chips in your butty. Oh, now you're talking. Proper butter as well, not margarine, butter. Actual butter. Ideally, it should be dripping down your chin, and also part of it should be dripping down to your elbows. And then all you do, because you're outside, is just wipe it on your shirt. It's going in the wash anyway. Proper. What's biryani? Chip butties are available. They have to be. Another ice cold Corona. Is right. Loving it. Need it today as well, this. Well, that was rather nice last night. Did a full bottle of wine and then went out in the car and picked my daughter up. Isn't that great? Knowing full well that there wasn't any alcohol in it whatsoever, so there was no issue. I didn't fall asleep. I was awake when she rang. I wasn't drunk. I was able to go and pick her up and make sure everyone got home safely. And I wasn't slowly killing myself while drinking it. Still not saying no to alcohol, just in no rush for it, so why not? Keep the streak going, man. Keep the streak going. It's not that warm. You just need a bucket load. It's not. Yeah, it's not to counteract the heat. Just that I need a full bucket load of brushy. There should be no way of looking cool when eating a butty or mango. I'm sure there are people out there that can make it look very sophisticated. Ali, tell me why you don't like mangoes. Biryani. Yeah, rice dish with curry infused. Over here it's spelled biryani. Same thing now. If we ever run out of chips, the last chip butty is Mandy's. Oh, that's nice. Spare ribs are a messy eat too. There's lots of very messy eats, but if you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it. That's the whole point of eating stuff in your own house. Get stuff in that's horrible, goes all over you. Wipe it off and throw it in the washing machine, you're alright. Mango's lovely, especially when mixed with orange. I haven't got much experience with mango. I did have it in a salad once, which I thought was a bit weird, but it tasted okay. And what was a weird salad. Definitely something else. Oh, pomegranate seeds as well. Mango, pomegranate seeds, and was it avocado? It was a very strange salad, but it was nice. There's me talking about salad. Like my brain didn't explode from eating shite. Orange and mango. What have I had that? I have had that, you know. There's a drink, isn't there? Orange and mango. Can't think what it is, but very tasty. Oh, and also, yes, if you buy little fruit pots from Tesco, obviously Tesco, not sponsored, but if you're watching, you know, I could do with the cash. Every little helps. See, I'm already giving it the big one. They do melon, pineapple, and mango, which they're really tasty. Yeah, so I don't mind mango at all. Try a bit of biryani. It is not like a normal curry because it's not as saucy. It's all mixed in together, so it's a little bit drier. It's nice. Not dry at all, but you know, it's not as gloopy as a lot of curries. My mate didn't realise what it was and then tried to order one in Wembley of all places. I'll have the chicken biryani with pilau rice, and the fellow went, it's already got rice in it. Well, fucking know, did I? The crebensis are at it again. It's the voice. The fish Barry White. The love doctor. Crebensis be getting it on. You had some OMV ribs from the Asda. The Asda. Props for the Asda. Like the Vivera plant-based meat substitute spare ribs device. Worth a try. Mango, pomegranate and avocado sounds ace. Am I sure I am Radio City Kilogram? I am indeed. And I did genuinely stand there and shout at the top of my voice, Radio City 96.7. I'm putting a hand in the air. 96.7 kilograms is not over the top for someone of my size, so I'm not him carrying loads of weight. I am a large loaf, as my ma calls it. I was down to 95 earlier on in the week. 95.8 would have been Merseyside, obviously, but 96.7. I don't even think anyone else around here would know what it is because people don't listen to radio anymore, do they? But yeah, screamed, top of my voice. A Castle Milk Stout. Oof, milk stout in the snug of the thatch. Recognise Castle as a South African brewery. Yep. I've had a fair bit of Castle over the years, thanks to my South African mate, insisting it's the best beer in the world. Is the milk stout like a UK milk stout? Like a Coronation Street milk stout? You're getting the unavailable thingy. Can you expand on that, please, Mandy? Yeah, Saf doesn't drink, so he doesn't know, but what do they use instead of rib? Speaking of ribs, did I tell you? Oh, I did, didn't I, last night? My daughter's had her ribs tattooed. She's got a rose on her side. Looks very nice. You presume it would be like a milk stout that you'd recognise and enjoy? I would think so. So if you're 5'9" and you're 80 kilograms, I'm 6'4" and I'm 96.7 FM stereo. I was over 100 kilos at one point. How much was I when I come out of hospital? I'm going to find that out, aren't I? I'll do that now. Oh, yes, when I came out of hospital, being 6'4" or 1.93 meters, I was 80.7 kilograms when I came out. Which, I looked like I just got off the train from Belson or something. My legs were so thin. They looked like they should have been hanging out of a nest. There was nothing of me. I looked awful. And there wasn't enough behind me to power me as a human being, to be honest with you. So I had to put the weight on. And I did. And I possibly put a little bit too much on, but not by much. I'm quite comfortable carrying this. I've still got really thin arms, so there's more to put on at some point when I get better. Some kind of planty soya protein, you would imagine, wouldn't you? That's what it seems to be made of. If I'm a large loaf, you're the bakery. I think our family is. My dad's a big lad as well. Ali, you're off to the seat area beside the hot tub. Ooh. Mandy, you mean the bone bit? Oh, you mean with the ribs? Right, I was slightly worried what you were about there, you know what I mean? That'd be a painful part to get tattooed. I have been told that, and yet she said that there was no pain at all. Tattoos don't hurt unless they are over something bony or very thin. So you'd think the side would be really thin. No, she was all, and she's skinny as well. She's like that. Said it didn't hurt at all. So yeah, strange. Probably get a tattoo next time on something like a thigh, which is a big chunk of muscle and meat. So shouldn't hurt at all. It'll probably be killing her after 5 minutes. Just the way things are, innit? That's life. That's what people say. No bone, so maybe it was like a boneless rack. Ah, I know what you mean. 5 FM is 89.0 FM. Very dodgy. Knowing a bone like a caveman is half the fun of a spare rib. Yeah, and to be honest, if you go to a Chinese and look around, there's always someone who's absolutely getting wired into whichever the Chinese ribs are. I know there's several different types, isn't there? No one looks as happy as they do when they're eating ribs. Looking fine. Oh, I'll get there. I will get there. I think I need to get my knee sorted out sooner rather than later because it's stopping me doing a bit more than I want to. I should be walking a hell of a lot more, and I just can't do it. Whereas I'm hitting my target, my steps target every day, but I should be doing at least double, maybe treble what I'm doing now. So I never know. I might have a word. Go and see the doctor. Can you have a look? Do I need this looking at? Is there anything that needs to be done to it? Kirsty, you've been thinking, which is not a good thing. It's always a good thing to think, I think. Also just realised to help yourself cut down on smoking, you might have to go live a bit more to help distract yourself from the urge to have a smoke. You didn't expect that, your thought process? No, but isn't it great? Isn't it great that you've got the opportunity to do that? To be able to, I need to do something. Like they say with most people who are giving up smoking, it's finding something to occupy the hands because they're so used to, I think people had carrot batons or stuff just to keep the hands busy. If you've got a community around you where you can just get on for 2 or 3 hours and chat, you don't need to be thinking about going out for a smoke. You've already got people to chat to and keep your mind occupied. Just keep jumping on as much as you want, you know. There's always people there. And if it's helping you, I think it'll help all of us. What more of an excuse do we need to tune in to see you than to know we're helping you out? Plus, isn't it weird, and I can say this now after doing a full year, isn't it weird how quickly you start to get sort of addicted to doing lives? From being scared, sick and worried about what I'm going to talk about and can I do it? Can I get in front of the camera? Can I do it live? I'm not sure I can, I'm not sure I can. So just go and click, oh yeah, how's things? It just suddenly comes round so quickly, it's mad. You'll be having your 1 year anniversary before you know it as well. Perhaps if you got something to chew on. This is getting very filthy tonight, to be honest with you. Or is that just in my mind? Kirsty, you never tried ribs? Gotta try it, man. In fact, you know what? Try ribs. Try it live. Do a live where you try ribs for the first time. And if you don't like them, throw them across the room like Henry VIII and then start swearing at people in the chat who told you to eat them. There you go. Definitely a good thing. Ali, sucking the meat off at the end too. Finger licking good. Sorry, you're having one of them for that. That's filth. Filth. Found that when you went fishing, bait up, cast out, poured a coffee, roll a fag, took your ages to get over it. Yeah. It's like automatic, isn't it? On autopilot. I think that's one of the things that you need to do. With any addiction, it's breaking the cycle, isn't it? No matter what the addiction is. If you're so used to doing the same things, wake up, start smoking, have a cup of coffee, and then that starts your day. Or, like you say, when you go fishing, you're in so much of a routine that you do it by rote. It's not even thinking, I'll just do this, 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 and this. I'm used to doing it. It's breaking that. And once you broke it, you can move on and do something different. That's if you want to, of course. Read that as rhyming with give, not strive. Seth, when you quit smoking, you substitute it by murdering your enemies. You've run out of enemies and had to substitute that with smoking. It's cycles, it goes in cycles. Pure filth. Filth. That's all it is. Filth. Jackie, hi, I'm a smoker. Hi, Jackie. Welcome to the club. I don't smoke, I never have done. Yeah. Jackie only smokes after sex, which means she's a 40 a day woman. Anyone else glad to see the back of Nick? What? What are you on about? Jeff, what are you on about? Oh, are you on about the football, are you? Is that what it is? Because there's no football, you're not seeing me every day. He's a knobhead, Jeff, I hate him. You'd smoke during sex if you had any. Plus, of course, that's the good thing about going dogging, isn't it? Because there's a lighter in the car. I like you thinking. Yeah, need to go down as well. Disgusting behaviour. Disgusting. Well, this is a Sunday. And Jeff's just talked, so... See what Jeff has to say, apart from having a go at me. Bang out of order, Jeff. Ooh, I look back to my days as an Olympic high jumper. Face first flopper. Is that your dogging name, is it, Jeff? I'm no Pole and my name ain't Walter. Oh, your name's not Walter. Pole Walter. Oh, very funny. Chick money joke. I love the archery. Oops, me finger slipped. Oh, is that what you're doing, is it? Headshotting these poor bastards who were there at the archery tournaments.
Guys, This is where I've been
Oh,
working.
hang on. No.
This is what
In fact, you know
the
what?
original brick
Yeah.
pair looked like.
I need to remember these things. Many apologies. Once you've shown it, click it off, otherwise it'll just keep on coming on and on. It's been a while. It's been a while. Once you smoked during sex once, it eased off once you slowed down. 2 words to say to you. Castrol GTX. Church's morning worship. You wish, Thomas, you wish. Same there, but you need to cut down at the same time. You do. Well and truly a rum bled. Yeah, you've got to watch out with the finger slipping. I could be an idiot. Wrong button. No. No, it wasn't the wrong button. It was the correct button. I didn't press it. What you do with these, if you press something, it plays the video and then stops at the end. If I then go to a different scene and then come back, it then restarts the video. So what I have to do is, I have to press start, and even at the end when it's gone, I need to press it again so it's off. Otherwise it'll just keep on coming back on every time I go to a different scene and come back. But because it finishes, you don't think, oh, I've got to go, I'll turn that off. Just, But I need to remember these things. We all live in a yellow submarine. We do. Did you enjoy the pic that I sent you earlier? I parked in a disabled spot at John Lennon Airport, right in front of the yellow submarine. This afternoon, fucking hell. Don't read and talk at the same time. Two words, feckin' wishes. You need to cut down, it's killing your chest. You haven't got a chest, have you, Jackie? So you keep telling us. Nothing to kill. Cannabis theory. What if SpongeBob isn't taking place in the sea, but rather in a woman's front bottom? It could work. Could be right. And that's what all the Krabby Patty is about. Right, they live in bikini bottoms and it's covered in crabs. That could be right. No imagining the smell. His neighbour's a starfish. It is, yeah. This is all making sense. Do we get to see the yellow sub pic? You do. I haven't loaded it, obviously, which I should have done. I also got a video of something. Of a plane taking off. There, that's my car. As you can see, that's the disabled spaces. And that there, the submarine, which is yellow, is the yellow submarine. It needs a wash though. It's the first thing, or one of the first things people see when they get off the plane and out of the airport. And it's manky. Absolutely filthy. Jinx say, if you look down your blouse, you see your shoes. Must be slim. Working out must help. Must be working for you. They avoid the crabs, yeah. You have more skins than an onion. None of them thick. SpongeBob theory is the only one you remember from when smoking spicy lettuce. Never watched SpongeBob, you're not going to start now. It's bizarre, SpongeBob. Very bizarre. Yeah, Tom, what are you working as again now? Aye. You're the same size as Jinx, you're a little bit bigger, not by much. compare and contrast. Yes, you'll be having some strange dreams tonight. When you sleep, it'll be both the Irish women in it, which will be enthralling and exciting and worrying in equal measure. How the bleeding hell has that happened? The sun has disappeared now, just automatically, and it's gone really cool. That's cool, man. You've only ever watched one episode, Kirsty, due to your nephew. It's I find it's not the same as some kids' cartoony things that even adults can watch easily. I think you either got to be a kid or a stoner to watch it, which for me doesn't work because I'm neither. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? But we do know the song. No ditties, but you do have the belly. Hence, Fat Club. First rule of Fat Club: don't talk about Fat Club. Jinx a jungle juice just for you. Steve, you haven't seen your shoes for years. Yep. You don't do spicy lasses, but you'd love to have a go. I'm sure you could find some somewhere. That's work. Work is work. You get paid to take abuse. You come to the pause to unwind, be in good company, and give. Oh, Ali's now for Ali for the sausage. Sorry, sausage, not the sausage. That's the addition of the makes it completely different, doesn't it? Yes, a gentleman and a scallop. Now that we're talking about SpongeBob. Kirsty was stoned when you watched it. You're probably better off, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Ali loves it when you feed her a sausage. Sorry, a sausage. You watch SpongeBob for the adult humour references. Possibly, I couldn't find too much. But yeah, Danger Mouse was the same, adult humour. Loads of stuff like that I've watched and I thought, yes, I understand this completely. Danger Mouse was brilliant. As was Count Duckula. Been donkey's years since you watched SpongeBob, to be fair. Yeah, Danger Mouse was superb. That, I think, is Danger Mouse on ITVX. Sure it is. Along with Banana Man and something else. Is Trapdoor on there? Trapdoor, superb, with Willie Rushton doing the narration. Jinxie prefers the sausage over bacon, of course. So if you never saw Danger Mouse, oh, you're missing out, man. He's the greatest. He's fantastic. Cripes the M. Never seen SpongeBob, but you know what it is. Oh, you've still got carrot cake. Anyone want some? I like a bit of carrot cake. Kirsty's waiting on a sausage. There's got to be some Danger Mouse on YouTube. You would think so. I'm sure it's on ITVX. It was on BritBox, I know that. And I was watching Yes Minister last night while I was waiting for Jess on ITVX. I managed to go through... Did I go through 2 series last night? I think I did, you know. Danger Mouse. Yes, it's on ITVX. Always is on ITVX. There's 10 series of Danger Mouse on ITVX for the streaming. I think I might have to watch this. 11 minutes long per episode, with a fantastic theme tune. Great acting cast. Steve preferred beef. That takes me back. If you ever watched Man Down, the Greg Davis sitcom, there's an episode in it where he joins a running club and their shout whenever they meet up is always beef. Me and my nephew were doing that for about 3 weeks afterwards. Beef. To the severe annoyance of everyone else in the house. You fucking shut up with that beef shite. Beef. With Ramon Tickeram, the brother of Tanita Tickeram of Twisting My Sobriety fame, as the runner with a massive arse. I'm not selling it, but it's a fantastic episode. You should watch it. Jason, you don't understand carrot cake. What a concoction. It's because carrot is naturally sweet and moist. Moist. So it's really good for being in cakes. It works really well together. It doesn't taste of carrot, but it tastes sweet and moist. You have to come out to Ali. What? Helen's favourite is carrot cake, and I bet she makes a fantastic one. I didn't want to try it at all. Really never wanted to. Until I seen someone eating one, and I thought, that doesn't look too bad, I'll have a go, and it was lovely. Yes, Saf, watch yourself some proper cartoonage. Also look for Trapdoor, Chorlton and the Wheelies, Count Duckula. Roast beef gravy, lush, could just suck on that. Filt. One of the doggers went to Sainsbury's for them. That's good, isn't it? Just lean out the window. Can you do us a favour? Can you just shoot over the road for us? No, I don't mean like that. I mean, can you go to the shop for me? So you need to use a carrot you bought to make soup, so you just use the recipe as a loose guide. Worth doing. When Dogger comes back, what soup do you make with carrots? Is it carrot and coriander soup by any chance? There's Danger Mouse on YouTube. It's definitely worth watching. It's like James Bond, but better. Much better. Much better. Okay, he doesn't want to feed you anything. He does. That's a dessert. Casper, how you doing, bud? Just chucked a bunch of veggies into a pot and let it boil. That's proper World War II, post-World War II food, that. What an entire generation of people was brought up on, and why they were so much healthier than we are nowadays. Well, not so much healthier, because a lot of them worked in coal mines and things, but you know what I mean. The diet was healthier than ours. Nowhere near as much fat. Loads of fresh veggies. Because that's all you could really have. And a little bit of meat and a little bit of potatoes and what have you. But the rest of it was all good, healthy veg. Works for them. Clearly, Saf doesn't want to feed you, Ali. Oh, you never know. Just bide your time. Mind that you're not sure you want dogger sausage. I think that would be a very, very, very firm. Wait, firm. Very definite no mayo on that one, thank you. You scared your fingers a wee bit off. Ali, you're going to have to play nicely. Oh, bollocks, we've had Piggly Ding, and it didn't go Piggly Ding. Ali, you're next. There you go. There's your flag. James Bond always acted like a bit of a twat. He did. He's but that's the character, isn't it? I think he was born to be misogynistic and, well, a bit of a dick. Like it's been mentioned before on this stream. If you want to be a spy, don't give your name away. He doesn't just give it away. He gives his name and he says it twice to make sure that you completely hear him, and then gives his number away as well. Shit spy. Give it a go, Mandy. Go on. You're raised on homemade soup and stew. It works, doesn't it? There's not a lot wrong with eating stuff like that. Again, which I think is why a lot of rustic folks, people that live on farms and things, everything they eat's really fresh and it's not pretentious. It's not made with utter shite. It's all healthy stuff. Works wonders for them. Plus being out in the fresh air all day. Dogger sausage with extra mayo. Now you see, that could be a thing. That could be it might just be hot dogs, but you know, our own version of hot dogs. Dogger sausage with extra mayo. An eating challenge. Could you get all the way through 3 of these without vomiting? Because at the same time that you're eating them, the person next to you is going to go, that's mine. See how far you can get. If you can manage all 3, you win the prize, which is a 3D printed keyring apparently. Mandy's spending far too much time with the Irish girls. Yes, and that deserved a full Amanda. Well said, Tomash. Kirsty, you can never eat tuna mayo again and haven't for a while now. It's amazing, isn't it, how one conversation can put you off food for life. Being a dick was in his character. It was built in, wasn't it? From the very, very start. Yeah, apparently it's generic or genetic. Which one is it? Yes, you're the one dying it. Ali Alio, you are. Don't be dying the spun gold, leave it as it is. There's a DJ on there who's on the local station whose surname was Bond. His tagline was Darren Bond, 006.5, licensed to thrill. Dazza B. Ali, you've never dyed your hair black. Would it work? Milky, milky. What was that off? Was that Fist of Fun? Was it, or was that the Mary Whitehouse experience? The Mighty Shitehouse experience. Was it off that? I know it was Hugh Dennis, wasn't it? Milky, milky. Ugh, horrible that. Yes, good try, but you're christening Mandy, so it doesn't work. It does work, Amanda. It's even better because it's not your actual full name, so that's adding extra on top to let you know that you've been a naughty bad villain. And also, Amanda is what my dad used to shout to my sister, whose name is not Amanda, when she hadn't paid her rent. And it comes from Game On, the sitcom, where whenever Amanda, who's in that, started to get the upper hand on Matthew, who owned the gaff, used to put his hand and go, rent Amanda. So my dad used to say to me sister, Amanda, and he'd shut her up in seconds because she hadn't paid her rent. There you go. That's shit, but there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Stop saying there you go. Okay, Kirsty, you have, and you won't ever dye it black again. You don't need to. You can get away with wearing head to toe black without doing your hair black. Black and jaune goes well together. Black and red, whatever. Good. It's a good, powerful look. Yeah, the Mary Whitehouse experience. Of course, that was a really, really good show. That Punt and Dennis and Newman and Baddiel. A very strange combination. Two pretty much straightforward Radio 4 comedians, and then two of the new lad comedians. Although, to be fair to him, Rob Newman is a very, very intelligent lad and does a lot of political and socio-political comedy. His stuff about oil, which is available on YouTube, has got to be seen. It's brilliant. I like them. But it was good that they played Wembley Stadium as well, or not Wembley Arena, sorry, which is absolutely incredible. Mandy, Amanda, you spray dyed yours black with platonic purple streaks for Halloween. I could have got any with anything. Was it black with not green in it? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Ali 9. This is expanding all the time, isn't it? Yes, can you give Tomash a milkshake? And let's see if it brings him to the yard. Kirsty, got any sarnies there, lad? He's Pierre Hank. What snackages have you got? Savadima and pliers, what you're having? Yeah, what snackage? And can Jacques and Tomash nibble on? Anything. Oh, surprise, Saf. Don't be asking her to surprise you. Could be evil. Kirsty, but the nice black hat you have on, it really suits you. It does, Jackie, it does. The dogger came back with those vegan sausages. Turns out this dogger is a vegan. If it's not fully meat, are they really a dogger? Rob Newman's superb. As I say, he does a great show, I think it's on YouTube, about the oil, the whole oil trade, how we've ended up with the Middle East crisis the way it is, and how the UK and the US keep bouncing in there and causing wars and things. Very, very smart, very funny, and very popular with the ladies at the time, I remember. Lots of the stewed girls I was at sixth form with absolutely adored him. Away with, not any with, Jeff, stop messing. It did sound a lot worse with that, to be honest with you, Mandy. You could have got any dressed like that. Fair play to you. Self-praise is no recommendation, though. Yeah, vegan, not for me. Love me meat. Yeah, our Jinxie doesn't want any vegan dog and meat. It's got to be full-on meaty meat. There you go. Rob Newman was fit. He still is. Apparently. Handsome young man. Not that he's young anymore. And of course, Rob Newman and David Baddiel made me laugh constantly for about 3 years with the exact same joke. That's you, that is. To this day, it is still funny. It will never not be funny. The same as Trigger and Only Fools calling Rodney Dave. Doesn't matter how many times you hear it, it's still funny. That's you, that is. That's still used that. We use that in this house. Oh, a bit of Hawk Tour, yeah. Our Ali. She was there first, just never got famous for it. Ooh, on the subject of purple. That's purple with 3 E's, by the way. Purple. There's a YouTube channel called DYC and they spray paint cars. When they do the purple to whatever colour fades, there's always a green tint to the colour. That's because it's green but not green at the same time. Oof, our Ali, it's too much, it's too much. The Foxes don't like vegan food, you don't? Biden has resigned, he has. To spend more time on his five-a-side career, so I've heard. He's in a punk band. It's funny as well, Biden. He's too old, he keeps forgetting things. And then Donald Trump got his own wife's name wrong, but he's alright apparently. And was walking around with a tampon on the side of his ear. American politics is absolutely knackered, isn't it? Mind you, politics all over the world is, to be honest with you. Less partisanship, more actual human beings in charge. Please, please. Can we have that, please? Intelligence is not something to be scared of. Prince Charming. You want some lamb, spice bag and Oros? Yes, man, that's who you was younger then. And life was an open book. It's way too much to have. She's stuffed after you filled her up earlier. David Baddiel isn't funny but grabs onto very funny people for their life. Yes. Yeah, he always seems to be, if he's in a double act, he's the least funny out the two, which I don't think is... It's not by accident, is it? What did he done a sitcom, didn't he? Was it for Sky or something? And it was absolutely fucking awful. I can't even remember what it was called, but... Oh... Something's Life or Someone's Life, I can't remember, but it was shite. Dog shit on toast. You had to look Rob Newman up, recognised him as soon as he said, yeah. He has, indeed, he has. He should have been working with Jeff, but unfortunately I think Jeff's already working with Donald, isn't he? Yep. Never heard about Biden, yeah. Isn't it? I'm trying to think if I get this right now, and I think I have. Bill Clinton was a 2-term president, and he was younger after his second spell in charge than these two are now. Fucking madman. Can someone explain to you what happened in Leeds this week? Social services turned up to try and take some kids off a gypsy Roma, or Roma gypsy rather, family of Bulgarians and Romanians, and they decided to go out and start rioting in the street. Because they've got slightly dark skin and your normal white people, they were immediately called Muslims by people on Twitter. And they weren't. In fact, the Muslim mayor of Leeds was out on the street with a lot of his mates trying to stop this from happening, stopping white kids who were rioting from rioting. But of course, the right wing don't want anyone to know that, so it's Muslims kicking off, right? That's what Twitter will tell you anyway. Does that mean in our female president? Ooh. Does that mean does Kamala Harris? Why didn't she marry someone whose surname was Motown, for fuck's sake? Kamala Motown would be perfect. I'd vote for her, wouldn't you? Just to see what she walked onto, what kind of tune she walked onto stage to. The clip of Rob Newman on a motorised scooter at Wembley was brilliant. It was. Yep. Social services intervened. Police had to remove children to a place of safety. And then, because there was all kinds of murder, the police were told to go away by local elders who calmed things down. Watched Badil on Taskmaster, and he was awful, not funny at all. His one thing that he does at the moment is to make everything that he doesn't agree with come up as anti-Semitism, which is an art form in itself. If it's something he doesn't like, I mean, who his supporters at Chelsea? I'm sure he'll tell you West Ham are anti-Semitic. Just everything is. I don't like him. There's enough trouble for Jewish people around the world without having to accuse other people of doing things that they aren't doing. It's the boy who cried wolf. And we all know about the boy who cried wolf, don't we? He got caught having a wank watching Gladiators. Felt embarrassed for him. He had no practical uses whatsoever. Is this because he's been like a bit of a pandered child from an early age when he was part of that rock and roll comedy circus? Looked after constantly. Biden is endorsing Kamala. Yep. President by default, she will be. Farage had a field day. Yes, he was tweeting about it straight away, going on about Muslims, even though he was in America at the time. Because truth means nothing to a lot of these people. It's about stirring up a little bit of trouble. Clicks, clickbait. Russell Brand's the same at the moment. He's gone from being this lefty, lovey, caring for people and helping the homeless to now gone absolutely full-on batshit, crazy, right-wing conspiracy theorist because it gets clicks and makes money. A lot of these people won't believe a single word they say, but it makes them cash. Just wish we go back to those days of actually having people who will tell you the truth and then people who believe the truth. But we don't get any of that these days, do we? The people telling you things are normally lying. The people who talk about the people lying are lying. It's on its arse. It's ridiculous. No real personality either. No. Is that David Baddiel or are you talking about me now? Because I'm hurt. Biden hasn't resigned. He's just not... Right, so he's pulled out of the leadership race. Does that mean he's staying on until the next... Oh, is that what it is? So, Saf, no worries. Got to be up early tomorrow. Take it easy, kid. Ciao, ciao for now. I only read the headlines. It said resignation. As he just pulled out of the leadership. Yeah, I hate Russell Brand as well. I've seen a brilliant thing that he did years and years ago. And I mean years ago. He was talking to homeless people because he was a heroin addict or something, wasn't he, himself? And he was in a lot of trouble and got away from it. And he was talking to people that were on the street about what got them there. And there was loads of drug issues with people being on the streets. But one of the things that he did, I think it was for MTV, when he was doing not just reality shows and music, shows like this as well. And he was in a bath with a homeless fella. He invited him into this flat in the middle of London, washed all his clothes, bought him some new gear, got him dental treatment, got him this, got him that. But they were sat in the bath together doing an interview. It was just so strange, but it was really good. I thought this lad's he's a fantastic humanist. Very intelligent, well-spoken, obviously experienced with what he's been through himself. I'll watch out for this lad, and then a couple of years later, he's just some fucking half with Lothario shagging all that moves and acting like an absolute knob. Yeah. So, you know, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, etc., he's a pervert, yeah. But of course, very well spoken, articulate, like a lorry, as Fulton Mackay said. I can see why so many American women went for him while he was over there, because they must have thought, oh, he's fantastic. Listen to me. He's wonderful. He speaks the English so well. And yet over here, there'll be loads of people saying, if he fucking opens his mouth to me, I'm going to smash him everywhere. Yeah. He's a knob. Too many of them around now. Matt Letizier's gone full on Neil Oliver. Do they actually believe the words that are coming out of their mouths? I'm not 100% sure they do sometimes. It's clickbait. Just constant. If you can get people in the chat, like imagine doing it on YouTube. Just go and say something absolutely ridiculously controversial or something that will stir up a load of hassle, and then watch all the comments coming in thinking, right, go on, keep doing it. I'll get more and more money, more and more. Knob. Talks in circles saying, fuck all, yep. But he sounds good when he's saying it. He uses long words. Steve, he definitely thought he was the second coming. And it's that thing, he is an intelligent lad. And he speaks well, even though he does talk in circles and nothing actual comes out. But he just thought, yeah, the long hair, the personality, everyone hanging on his words. I am the new Jesus, or I'm the new Bono at least, or something. No. Knob. Love this song, Temptation. Oh, me too. Wasn't his thing, coming second though. Hence the second coming, yeah. It was his first and his second, followed by hers maybe. Katy Perry, you feel sorry for. I do as well. Imagine being that talentless. But she's pretty, so she'll make money. There you go. Carry on doing the Just Eat adverts, Katie. You'll be alright. Jackie, does he give you the bow? Is that what it is? Would you give into temptation, Mandy, would you? And would it be Glenn Gregory that you'd be given into temptation to? With his slicked back hair and his little tiny ponytail. Can't watch him. Tucker Carlson, I can't stand him either. There's just too much of that. Fox News is not allowed in Europe because it's not a news channel. That's how bad things are. It's not allowed on because it's just full of lies. Why do we put up with shit like this? We shouldn't be allowed to do it. I loved it back in the 70s and 80s when you could actually listen to people on the telly. And when they were telling you things, it was true. And it was done for your benefit. Not for their bank balance. That's gone now. The internet is just, it's come up with this thing where you can make money out of being absolutely 100% wrong. But it's controversial enough that people will get mad at it. Bang out voter. Yes, how many more dogging songs do you have to do once you're up to it, Kirsty? Have you got loads? Man, it depends on the temptation. Are we talking a large scope here? He's trying to be a guru. That's exactly what he was in a film, wasn't he, in a film about that? Is he blurring reality with artistic stuff? It's mad, isn't it? The cult of personality, only with him it's a typo. Yep, 100% Ali. You can look at what's on offer, then decide. Peruse the menu. Fox News is notoriously bad. It is. GB News is no much better over here either. I hate. We can't trust anyone. I've never bought a newspaper in about, what we up to now? 17 years, I think it is. Because you can't trust them. There's always, no matter which side of the divide they fall on, it's not news anymore, it's opinion. Everything has got an opinion to it. There can't be like a plane crash in Peru or something. There's got to be some kind of angle on it where it's either left wing or right wing or this, you know what I mean? Fucking stupid. Just tell us what happened. And I love that thing that someone said about the BBC and the balance, which is ridiculous. The balance that they have is just, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. Like they said, if someone says it's raining, what I don't need someone to come on and say it's not raining. I want you to put your head out the window and see if the floor's wet. You don't need balance. Someone says it is raining, someone says it isn't. Is it or is it not fucking raining? That's your job as a news agency. Look outside, is it raining? Yes, it is. There you go. But no, everything's got to be balanced. So you've got experts and experts balanced with fuckwits and fuckwits. Let's go back to the 70s and 80s, man. It was better back then. Plus the music was better. And we can get away with wearing flares. I want a pair of Rico Suave Flares. 17 inches. Would you be happy with 17 inches, ladies? Here we go. You get a menu, you do. Or a menu. Not many left. You might have to redo a couple of them. That's the only pain in the arse, isn't it? When they don't quite work out well. I've done that many of them. I have to start going back through and thinking, have I done this? Have I completed that? Can I delete this? Excuse your language, but he's a saint, and you don't use that word very often. Yes, we know. I know. Which speaks volumes, really, doesn't it? If you're willing to go to that level, and he is that. Don't have to do that one. Put up to the bumper, Grace Jones, which of course is about. Yes, I like that tune as well. I like Grace Jones anyway. Slave to the Rhythm is an absolute banger of a tune, man. It's done feck all but rain there. It's nice and dry here at the moment, thankfully. Flares was 70s. It was, but it was also late 80s. Well, it was in the northwest anyway. I remember 1988. Remember those little hoodies? Short sleeve hoodies. Tie-dyed. Pair of Joe Bloggs, baggy kecks. Sometimes flared as well. Sometimes flares. Desert boots. When everything was twisting your melon, man. You know, you talk so hip, man. You're twisting me melon, man. Kjali Kjops. Ah, by the way, Tomash. On the way back from the airport this afternoon, on the way down, I was listening to Gary Newman because he was on last night and I was buzzing off it. So on the way back, I thought, I don't want my mum and dad listening to Gary Newman on the way home. So I put the 80s, just an 80s playlist on. And Totally Wired by The Fall came on. A bit of Mark E. Smith. I had to stop myself from singing it in the car because I think my ma would have gone mad. What's this fucking shite you're listening to? What does it say about the average Yanker doesn't realise they're being fed shite? It's not just them, Steve, it's us as well. We've got the same. My mum and dad have been away for 2 weeks and I've loved it because there's been no Good Morning Britain on. I haven't had to listen to the rubbish that's on there every day. No Richard fucking Madeley. It's just people, it's opinion, it's never fact anymore, it's just opinion. Annoys me. But yeah, some of the stuff that gets mentioned over there is like, I use people for real. How do you not see that this is absolute bollocks? Surprised they didn't trip over those flares. 80s was drainies. Well, it was for the mods, but that was early 80s as well. Once you started getting towards the later, they were very baggy. Very baggy. Hence the Happy Mondays with Loose Fit was about jeans, man. Joe Bloggs jeans. '88 was Dirty Dancing. No, it wasn't. '88 was Happy Mondays. Jinxie, you know nothing about Grace Jones' music? You should do. It's fantastic. She's boss. Totally wild. Yeah. Funny. Just chuckling to myself on the way home. His boss. Ali Son, your name is going to be added to the Tomash one. Flair 70s as well. Yeah, of course. But it all depends on what you were into. because the flares came back in the late 80s. They also come back in the early 2000s for a while. Very strange. 80s was burgundy, stay press and Fred Perry shirts. Yes, mods into the 80s. I had that badge on a camouflage jacket when we moved to the Netherlands in 1982, and a Who patch on it as well, even though I was only 9. On me rally grifter, the only rally grifter in the Netherlands at that time. Steve, I tell you what, mate, you would love Adapter Clothing, who do loads of all that kind of stuff. Rude Boy, mod, Scar stuff. Gorgeous, gorgeous clothes. Proper old school. Fred Perry was very popular. It still is, but it's gone off a little bit because the black Fred Perry with the yellow tip, I can't think what the name of it is, has now been taken as a uniform by the Proud Boys, I think it is, isn't it? Over in the US. Very right wing, lots of racists wearing it, which Fred Perry themselves are not happy with, but when you sell them, anyone can take them and use them as a uniform, can't you? Shame that though. I love Fred Perry stuff. I often wish that we would have had Fred Perry making our football kits at Everton, because that laurel wreath is pretty much the same as the laurel wreath we've got on our badge. One big one of those would be, or one of them on the front would be fantastic. Not all Americans are stupid. It's funny as well. I know loads of Americans, and pretty much all of them are absolutely spot on. Very intelligent, well read, smart, savvy when it comes to politics. Also savvy when it comes to where they get their news from, which I think helps. If you just sit there and watch Fox News all day, you will turn into a brain dead sludge, and will do exactly what you're told, which is what it's there for. It's conditioning, all about conditioning. But they're certainly not all the same. That I do know. Just unfortunately too many of them are, which is why certain people get voted in. Mad thing, fam, mad thing. Man, the 88 you were living in Devon. Dirty dancing was definitely happening in Devon. That's just you and them, whoever that was. Patrick Swayze with his crazy Swayze eyes. Now, 88, not up north it wasn't. Devon it might have been down there. I think in 1988, did Devon have electric at that point? Apologies to anyone who's watching from Devon. It looks a lovely place, but, you know, Dirty Dancing compared to the Happy Mondays. Chalk and cheese, man. Bay City Rollers flares as well. Oh, man. Me nan used to have pictures of me uncles wearing proper Bay City Rollers flares, white flares with tartan vents down them and all kinds. They really were embarrassed by that, but it was fun. He used to bring them out all the time, whenever they'd have a go at me. Who do you think you are? No bed. Yep, Ali, you heard about the girl who cried wolf. Also got caught having a wank watching Gladiators. And your sister was into the Bay City Rollers. Who wasn't? Actually, going back and listening to some of their stuff, it was, let's face it, it was boy band stuff really, wasn't it? To be honest. But some of it, if you just notch the distortion up slightly and anger it up slightly as well, some half decent songs in there. You could make it sound better anyway. Jackie, BRB, know what it is? Are Ali screaming? Oh, I say. Barrel needs changing, optics needs changing. Mandy. Right, I can sort of hear that in my head, but not. So you're going to have to record that and send it to us so we can play it live on the stream. You singing there. Shangalang would make a really good modern song if played by a half decent band. There's loads of these songs that if they were played by modern bands would sound great. Crazy Horses by the Osmonds, if done by, I don't know, if Soundgarden could have done that, or Dave Grohl, yeah, the Foo Fighters, do Crazy Horses. Let's hear that. Yeah, Ali needs help. Cheers, Steve. Never let me down again. Depeche, or Depeche Mode, as they were called for a while. Incorrectly. Man, you changed the barrels and the optics probably quicker and with less fuss. Been there, seen it, done it. Probably get in there, get them changed before anyone even looked. Barrel greeting changed, optics getting swapped. Oh, clean your pipes in a bit. You might have to be outside by the hot tub, that though. Well, it's a Sunday. I've only done Jeff so far.
But Kipper's Vindaloo can't be good for you.
Let's see what's going on here. Parrot that escaped home found 5 miles away after wild weekend. The colourful pet bird fled shortly after midnight on Saturday, prompting his owner to put up posters and share appeals to find him on social media. He was eventually found at Glasgow's Queen Elizabeth maternity unit, eating crisps and playing around. A parrot that escaped his home and flew off for a wild weekend has been found more than 5 miles away in a maternity unit. The pet bird, named Jobby, I can only hear that in Billy Connolly's accent, fled a ground floor flat in Langside, Glasgow, shortly after midnight on Saturday. Owner Apsi Watana had been performing with her band Brenda at Kelburn Garden Party in North Ayrshire and had been unloading equipment when Jobby made his great escape. Ms Watana told Sky News, "That's when he just bolted. It was such a horrible moment. He's never flown away before, but I've taken him on little excursions to Queen's Park, which is not that far." And still, Dennis Birdcamp sees sod all.
Hoo-yah!
Yes, Dennis Birdcamp hasn't seen a bird in fucking months, and that's just flying around everywhere. Barrel greeting. Phone, they're a pain in the arse, phones, aren't they? Is it bad that you drank the whey from a yoghurt? You are a dirty girl. You're a dirty girl, Jinxie. No way. Stick it up your arse. A parrot that has escaped home. Chanel. Is she still going there? That lunatic. Not surprised he flew off with being named that. Jobby. Hey, Jobby, come back, will you? Turns around to face the crowd. Yeah. Wee Jobby. But he's not beige, is he? I always thought wee Jobbies were beige. One of their wee beige Jobbies. Yeah. I'd sometimes take him to Queen's Park. I do know after watching Spring Watch, or whatever it was called this time round. Was it Spring or Summer Watch? There's loads of parrots in Glasgow. Parakeets, not parrots, parakeets. They've suddenly found a home there. It's bizarre. If you wander around like local parks and look up, you don't just see little sparrows and starlings and stuff. There's fucking yellows and greens and all kinds. It's mad. The Chanel parrot woman got done for some massive drugs haul. You don't say. She didn't look the type at all, did she? Wee jobby. You forgot to send the piggly ding. You did. Also forgot to press it, so that's a bollock, isn't it? That's twice I've done that now. Who's working next? Who's up next? Who fancies seeing their name in lights? Hopefully I've done it. If I haven't, I apologise. Yeah, now you know you feel no birds. Parakeets in Sevy Park. There is, isn't there? There is. I forgot about that. But apparently, like Glasgow, they're just everywhere. They found a home there. Strange. Kirsty must see them all the time. Parakeets everywhere. Wee jobby depends on what you eat. Yep. 25 quid on bird food and pets at home today. Wood pigeons eating you out of house and home, as well as calling you a nonce. You dirty, you beast. That one has been round the last few days. Tomash, you will do a shift. Let's see whether or not I've actually managed to get you sorted. Hey, there you go. And I've pressed Piggly Ding. We've got 30 minutes. But I haven't done everyone's, but I have done some of them, so I will continue that tomorrow if I get a chance. It depends on how work goes. Obvs. Totes obvs. They are expensive, but they're pretty, aren't they? We need to look after them. And of course, yesterday, I was out, wasn't I? I did 2 Dennis bird cams in one day. Quite a few hours staring at an empty bird. Well, it wasn't an empty bird feed. It was full of seed with no birds. And then, as I was sat in the house yesterday, it was pissing down with rain and hailstones. There's fucking pigeons outside and all kinds of stuff. Dear wee faggers. Jesus, Mary, Joseph and the wee baby birds. If you do a shift, will you get a head full of lovely black hair? I can put a word in with Cenk Tosin for you. He seems to know it. As does Andros Townsend, by the way. Finished one season looking half bald. Started the next season looking like some Egyptian pharaoh. Mad. Anyone else got to see the back of Nick? I think that's probably my most, your best feature. Some people say their eyes. Some people say they've got a lovely smile. Some ladies say, oh, my legs get lots of swits woos. Apparently it's my back. People love to see the back of me. Wouldn't call Wonk pretty. He's a greedy pecker too. They are, aren't they? Pigeons really are proper greedy peckers. Since you went toodaloo. Yeah, parakeets. Call on me, parakeets. What piggly ding do you want me to say? You're going to send it to me. Whatever piggly ding you want to be heard on here. My ugly mug came up at the end. That's probably why there was no birds around, to be honest with you. That's why I pressed OK on the camera and ran into the house rapido. Tried to get out the way and leave them in peace. Yeah, Steve, Helen and Rubes. What would you like? What would you like? Mandy wants surprise. A surprise, okay. Boo! Ask Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney knows. Jack, a glass away. Where there's a will, there's a way. Glass of Coke for our Kirsty. Fill it in a minute. That was nice. I need some more of that. Most deaf. Right, we've had two. I'm going to go for the third one as well. We did. Well, I did. I didn't see you in the car. So if you and Kippers were hiding somewhere, you are bang on top, man. You could have kept me company on the way down there. I was all alone, but I didn't cry much. Yes, Ali, you could sing Yellow Submarine, but change Submarine to Piggly Ding. It's got the same. I'm Ali with a yellow piggly ding, a yellow piggly ding, a yellow piggly ding. There you go. It would work. Tom to tom tom tom. Could you have a glass of Fanta Orange and Jaffa Cakes? Blood orange. Or in the box. Always available. You can't sing, you'll screech it. That works for me. As long as it reminds me that someone else needs to be behind the bar, it works. Did I take Horace? No, I didn't. But apparently, the sneaky little panda shit made his way in there by himself. They have to be watched, these two, I'm telling you. I should have took him as well, shouldn't I? McNicky's Jaffa Cakes. The eye for detail is superb. That is all Mandy's work. All Mandy's work there. If anyone else wants to add some stuff, send it through. If it makes the cut, it'll be up on the screen. There you go. Jinxie, I'm putting you off your yogurt. I do apologise. I will take my face off the screen if that's the case. Have a listen, but you're not going to use it as a piggly ding. Have you sent something, have you? Hang on. Well, unfortunately, I can't really I can't play that because at the moment I'm also playing the Bear's Paws in the corner. And if I turn it up, it plays Europe the Final Countdown, so I will have to listen to that when I finish this. But it's on there. It's there. I was wondering why that was playing at the same time. It's because I'm playing it on that fucking thing there. I will play it, as I say. If I did, I would be playing AC/DC through this, and I can't. But have a listen, but you're not going to use it as a piggly ding. Ali, you might not do, but I might. I've got it now. Mwahahahaha. You're very happy how it turned out, so you should be. The as Thomas said, the level of detail in them. McNicky's, the original Sin, devilishly good with the full-on Jeff pick. I love that Jeff pick. Is it that one? I'm trying to think. There's another little Easter egg on there as well, isn't there? 1 second, Tomash. Just take your name off the screen for a sec. Blood orange flavoured. There you go. And yeah, there's loads of little Easter eggs. Is there 13 cakes? Is that in the... Yeah, 13 cakes. Of course. Not 12. And you can delete it from... You know, I know that, but, you know, just trying to make you feel uncomfortable, obviously. Jaffa Cake is there. Seth says it anyway. Yeah. Jukebox number 1, the day you were born. Ooh, that's a good one. Anyone else know what the number one was on the day they were born? I do. Oh shit, what was he called? Gilbert O'Sullivan. I can't remember which one it was now. Was it Claire? Oh, it was Gilbert O'Sullivan anyway. You sent another one. Erky Dirky Doo. Ah, bloody thing. It's still not allowing me to do it because I've got AC/DC playing through it now. Being a pain in the ass. The green, green grass of home is yours. What? And with you being completely Welsh. Yep. Did the Yellow Submarine for the first one. Steve, yours was Grandad. Oh, right. Hang on. Right. Let me see first and foremost.
We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine.
Right.
My shift is over. Who the fuck is next? Who the feck is next? Thought of all. My shift is over. Who the feck is next?
Could you hear that? Oh, no. Don't be doing that. I have to be careful with these. Pause the Dukey. I did. The Dukey was paused. It's because it's literally the... Yeah, I know. It was Little Ali. It was. Our Little Ali. Our Little Ali. Looking to see if there's an oblong flag for you. Wool, not English. If you can find one, get it sent. I will put it on there. Doesn't have to be English. It was just I was going through earlier on and I had a list of where people are from and very quickly. I mean, I've got the English one on mine as well, which needs to be changed. But I can't put the Liverpool on as well. That's where you change it to feck. No. Oh, no, I didn't mute it. It was just trying to get it to work and not play, well, Brendan and the big dudes now. I can't play the pause jukebox over the stream because otherwise I start getting copyright strikes, unfortunately. Alright, you muted it, right. Can't stand your own voice. There you go. Look above that comment. She sounds adorable. There you go. She sounds adorable because she is adorable. And you don't have to listen to your own voice. Other people like it. Find a classic Everton flag. Oh, go ahead, do that. Tell us which one. Or send it through to me and I'll add it onto yours. I have the power. I know the right people. I'm in with the Canva crew. What the fuck? What's that? That's late for a bird to be flying round. This morning, as I was going to pick Jess up, about 4:30, 4:45, whatever it was, I was leaving here. I very nearly hit a bat, a very small bat, went flying in front of the car. When I say nearly, it was probably a good 5 or 6 metres away, but it was a close call for me. But a little bat flew right in front of me. Don't normally see them. Now we have a face and a voice to the comments we do, and we also have AI that we can put your voice to your face and make it move if we wanted to, but we won't because we don't want to embarrass you or make you feel uncomfortable. My son Pat is rather nifty with a bat. I remember that one. Proper. It's probably the light to my hair look proper ginger then. Is it? Because my hair used to be ginger then. A face and a voice. Interpol will be raiding me tomorrow. And you know why. Ali, you know why. You want to see that just for the crack? We can't see you. Oh, sorry. No, what you mean for the laugh, yeah. That can be done. Can actually be done. Let's have a look. What have I got? See if I can find what I did yesterday. Is he here? Where is he? Yeah, I can find the bloody thing from yesterday. That was just from the thing I used for the picky thing, the car park song, and then I managed to get him moving and dancing, but I couldn't make enough of it to make an actual video out of, unfortunately. It's all in good fun. We know. And if it ever feels like it isn't, make sure you tell me, because I will not continue at all. We don't want that. Check the bottles and glasses for Ali's prints. Definitely check them. And then also have a word with Interpol and Interflora. Never know which is which. Helen, would you like to punish Steve in your song? If you would like to, let us know. Helen said, Christ, no. We don't believe that at all. We don't believe it. We believe she's behind the camera now, behind the TV rather, going, yes, yes, yes. If you can't laugh at ourselves, yeah. Life's too short, man. Life's too short. Got to enjoy it. Send yourself up, send your mates up. Each laugh gets you an extra 20 seconds of life. There you go. How's that? I mean, obviously, I've just made that up, but it might have done. You never know, do you? It might actually be true. Yeah. Helen with the whoosh. Did she really? We're not doubting you, but did she, shite? Connor, how you doing, bud? Up the Irish, well and truly, up the Irish. We like the Irish here. Apart from Jackie, of course. She's evil. Reckon that was Steve answering. I absolutely 100% agree with that one. I reckon Helen's behind the scenes now, going to get a frying pan, which is going to turn into a wok over Steve's head in a minute. I'm convinced that's how the wok was invented, you know. Some Chinese fella turned up late from the pub one night and his missus just went like that, fuck off over the head with a frying pan. Oh, this is worked out all right. Off you go. Right, you see on Facebook near Christmas we can elf yourself. What? Go elf yourself. We all had our faces on stuff doing a dance. If I can get the faces of everybody involved, there is a possibility we could do something like that. There's a reason why you're one of the few happily married people in the chat. There is. Because you found a good one, Steve, that's why. Not that I'm saying other people in the chat haven't, by the way. But you know, when you found a good one, you've done well. Better believe you're evil. We know evil dead to the core you are. Pure evil, or if you're from Liverpool, pure evil la. No pressure now. No. No pressure at all. Will you win on Sunday? Is that the final, is it, Sunday? What day is it? Is that next week? The hurling was today, wasn't it? That was on earlier and I never saw it. I also missed the rugby league. I missed all kinds of stuff. But it don't matter. Don't really matter. Because I've done enough today. I can't moan, can I? I went round with the speed mop yesterday. That, by the way, if anyone's watching because of the stroke angle, the flash speed mop, buy one. Buy one and buy refills. Fantastic stuff. You can do them one-handed. You can refill it one-handed. You can pull the cloth off and throw it in the bin one-handed. And you can zhuzh around with it. Great stuff. Jib jab as the makers. Yeah, no pressure, Ali. She's still not doing it. Our Mandy, despite having her face on the actual screen right now, will not send in a face. Despite her face being on the screen right now. It is lovely, isn't it? Steve and Helen. And when you find a good one, just don't give it up easy. Happens too often nowadays, I think. Even if people go through a little bit of a sticky patch, rather than working at it and sorting it out, people just tend to, part of that throwaway society, not just throwing away electricals and what have you, they're always throwing away bloody relationships as well. Stupid. Find a good one, work at it and stick with it. Says the divorced middle-aged father here. The weekend dad. Okay, now. Clare Bate Cork. Very close game. All Ireland 28th July, right? We shall watch that. Should we watch that as a watch along? Can we do that? Is it on over here? Should be on, shouldn't it? If the hurling was today. Another tune, man. Another top tune. Connor, what are you drinking? What are you drinking, lad? What are you drinking? Thomas is behind the bar there. Mop's better. Only if you've got two hands. Speed mop is fantastic for us unidexters. I can manage to... Well, I could actually put it in there, sort of like that, and then put it over my shoulder, and then change the refills bin, new one on, dead easy, one-handed, good stuff. A proper mop, not as easy, especially with a big, fucking, the raster head on them, very heavy. Hoping for a Cork win. Mandy sent a picture of herself on the RDA last year, didn't you? One and only time, mainly to shut you up. You did as well, didn't you? Which means maybe you've already sent in your entry for this Christmas, Amanda, if that is your real name, which we know it isn't. Jackie, your marriage broke down in 1994 and you've never been tempted again. Is that because he's buried underneath the patio? Is that what that is? Once you put him 6 feet under, you don't need to be tempted again, really, do you? I know what you mean. That once bitten, twice shy. My daughter asked me that once. Have you ever thought about getting married again, Dad? I haven't, love. Why not? You don't really want to say, do you? Because the first time didn't really work out that well because it's a mum I'm talking about. No. I'd rather spend time looking after you. And I felt sick as I said it. So then I did eventually say, because your ma was a knobhead and it's bad enough. But she just laughed at me at that point. Don't think she believed it anyway, so nah. You know, Orchard Thieves. What's Orchard Thieves? Never heard of that. What is it? What is it? Any thunder tonight? No, we've got... I don't think we've got any... It's warmish. It's dry. I don't think there's any actual weather for tonight, thankfully. No rain. The hailstones, hay fever, what the fuck am I talking about? We had really bad hay fever the other day. We had 3 inches of hay fever overnight. No. We had hailstones the other day, that was bad. And that caused a little bit of rumbling somewhere out towards... Might have been towards the north, sort of Banks, Blackpool or something like that. But yeah, that was bad. But today's been really nice. Yep. Because you're from Cork. Of course you'd like... Mike Walker has a lot to answer for. He does. Oh. Despite the fact that he looked fantastic in his lounge chair. When he was supposed to be teaching the footballers how to play football, apparently he was getting a suntan, which didn't go down well with the players. But he looked fantastic. You like to mop the skirting as well. Yeah, you need to do that. Of course. Can't really do it with a flash speed mop, can you? But yeah, I can't really do it. 4 fiancés, no husbands. You're not high maintenance, you're low tolerance. That is a completely different thing. Well done. And don't forget, fiancé is just 1 letter away from finance. You hear what I'm saying, boys? You hear what I'm saying? 4 fiancés, no husbands also means no divorces, Mandy. Very, very smart. Jenksy, Casper, on a date. There you go. I think he's in Australia. Did you bury them that far in the ground that you might be poking out? His arse will be poking out in Australia now. Is that what you're trying to say? I needed to dig a grave in the backyard, and I carried on digging that much that I heard boomerangs flying past my head. Connor, you wish you had a girlfriend, mate. You'll get there. Don't worry about it, lad. You'll get there. George Michael, man, got to have faith that. Burr. Imagine you were all at once, Mandy. That could be you in the car park. All your exes at once. 29C there and 95% humidity. Started thundering at about 6 o'clock. Man, I still can't get away with 100% humidity. That's just water. In the same way that I can't get away with all butter croissants. If they were all butter, they wouldn't be fucking croissants, would they? They'd just be butter. There's got to be other things in there. It's a lie. Bastards. Be hard from there, Casper. You'll be the toy boy that Jinxie has been looking for ages. Connor's a rebel. Mike Walker's a god in Norfolk. And quite rightly so, absolutely. He did a fantastic job at Norwich. He was completely and utterly unready for Everton. And also unready for the state Everton were in when he turned up. He was the complete wrong person in the wrong place at the wrong time. And has gone down as the worst manager we've ever had. But it's on its CV that he managed Everton. He probably should have just stayed at Norwich and carried on becoming an absolute legend there. He had the good players around him. He had you playing good football, winning games in places that you normally wouldn't have played. stadiums you normally wouldn't have seen. What more can you ask for as a club if someone comes in and does that for you? Yeah, less well regarded is an understatement. He is despised. Although I'd still take him any time over Sam fucking Allardyce or Ronald fucking Koeman. Oh, man. Not the fiancés, but you once had to strategically place 4 boyfriends around a nightclub once. Were they 4 concurrent? Or like 4 on and offs, or 4 they are, he is? You'll have no problem finding a Corkonian rebel lady. Corkonian rebel lady. That has got to be an 8 Mile Radius song. Remind me of that tomorrow. I will have to write that. Thought you saw a bronze statue of Mike Walker in Norwich. It was actually him. Are you having that one, Zave? That's not getting a dad joke. That's a blue joke that I'm having. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. Yes, it will. Absolutely. And when you're least looking for it as well, I always find. He says being absolutely... Oh, Piggly Ding. We've actually had a Piggly Ding. Who's next behind the bar? Who fancies doing a bit? Well, a shift. Effing a Koku. Absolutely. I hate the fact that he does commentary now and he's actually quite good at it. Because I can't hate him anymore. I never hated him anyway, but those 4 goals, yeah. Effing a Koku. His heart wasn't in it when we sold Chris Sutton. Yeah, I get that. And a chance to move to a club that had won stuff not that long ago at that point. Maybe I can be the one that takes him back to winning things. It wasn't going to happen. He might have come here at a different time and done really well, but at that point it was the club wasn't doing well, wasn't good at all. And it was shown by the fact that Joe Royle took over with pretty much his team and managed to get a song out of them by being an Everton manager. Because he knew what Everton needed. Mike Walker didn't really at that point, but it just wasn't the right time for him at all. Know what I mean? How big was this nightclub? How big is your club? How big is your club? How big is... You are a wild woman, Monday. 1 at the bar, 1 at the dance floor. 1 man in your bag sat down, 1 in the dark corner. Obviously the ugly one in the dark corner. Kirsty, you're off, no worries. No. Had a lot of nukes, they were all current, but not exclusive. Our fair dues. Yes, we do. Me and our Steve do often chat about effing a Koku, and there's a bit more bite and spite and spite and bile, not vile spite, that comes out when I'm talking about effing a Koku. When I say his name, I normally sort of headbutt the microphone when I say his name. Effing a Koku. But yeah, he absolutely tore us apart that game. We couldn't deal with him. Chris Sutton, there's a face you wouldn't tire of thumping. He is a repulsive person nowadays. It's weird. I watch the little bit of Scottish football that I do watch. If he's on, he's just the most ridiculously biased person on earth when it comes to Celtic. I've seen him in the derby. I forget, was it Ali McCoist was the Rangers one and he was the Celtic one. Neck high tackles. Well, I think the referee was a bit early getting involved there with the card. What? Should be in jail, never mind on the bench. Yeah, Ali, there's a new voice in Steve's head when he reads your comments because we know what you sound like now. We do. Hyper, you pretty and I like you. Is it hyper? Because that just looks to me like it's hooper and it's finish. Oh, hang on, Connor.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Level 3, go ahead. Jinxie, do you want to bet on the Sunday match? Ooh, there we go. Sutton lives about 2 miles for you. Do us a favour, mate. Next time he goes past, give him a slap on the back of the head from us. He was fantastic alongside Alan Shearer. Yes, Mandy, we're all proud of you for managing that. Well done. That's literally 4D chess, isn't it? On account of the fact that there's 4 of them and they all had a D. Proper 4D chess. I wonder, we could do you merch 4D chess. Just a chessboard with 4 different people in corners hidden away and you in the middle looking fabulous. But with not your face on because you're not allowed to show it, obviously. I wouldn't even know where to start. Fair dues. Betting's not your ting. Did they know they weren't exclusive? No longer sound like Father Ted. It was a lot of work, but you managed. Had to leave before the slow dancers came on, though. Definitely. Otherwise, you'd look like when them frogs start mating and they're all just on one lady frog and loads of the fella frogs jumping on there, trying to hump. They knew. All right. Hope Galway win on Sunday. We'll try and watch it. Yeah, that Blackburn side, good side all the way round as well. Proper front to back, very, very good team. The SAS up front, Sutton and Shearer. Couldn't win the Charity Shield. They couldn't against a Vinnie Samways inspired Everton team. Did they? I don't know if you ever remember Vinnie Samways, or indeed, was it Samir, was it? Who was married to Deirdre Barlow on Coronation Street, who looked identical to him. Every time he took a corner at Everton, that's Vinnie Samways, by the way, people used to shout, Didri. It used to annoy the life out of him, apparently. This is very niche Everton stuff, this. I still seem to remember him getting tackled by, was it Batty? Wearing the tractor run over kit, the white one. Good side, that Blackburn side. I always liked the fact that they had Jason Wilcox, Stuart Ripley, just both of them getting down the wings and lashing balls in, and you had 2 lads who were willing to go and get goal after goal. No one got round to doing the same thing, apart from Leicester didn't he, with, who were the 2 they had? Was it John McCarthy, was it, on one wing, and who was the other one? Leicester had 2 wingers. It's going to piss me off, that now. I'll have to find out who it is. John McCarthy was at Port Vale. Steve Guppy. It was Steve Guppy. It wasn't Stuart Guppy, Steve Guppy. It was, yeah, Steve Guppy. They had them on both sides. I think Leicester annoyed me because there was loads of players that I was telling my dad about after watching ridiculous amounts of EFL, whatever it was called back then. These lads would be great playing for Everton, and then they ended up playing for Leicester and being fantastic. Every one of them, I said, he'll be a good player. No, all of a sudden went to Leicester and smashing it in the Premier League. I could have been a contender. I could have been a scout, man. It's 23 out and 100% humidity, yeah. 100% humidity is just rain, isn't it? It's got to be. Pissing with rain and cold. Jackie, does that mean it's pissing with rain and it's cold, or you are pissing and it's rainy and cold? We need to know this. You'll be in Kerry for 2 weeks. Lucky Kerry, that's all we can say. You were there for the Charity Shield, lowest post-war attendance, old Wembley. I was there for the FA Cup final that year. Never made it to the Charity Shield, though. Good player, Stuart Ripley. His lad's a good goalkeeper as well. There's a Connor Ripley. And Jason Wilcox, of course, on the other side for Blackburn, is now a big shot at Man United, isn't he, on the coaching staff? Very, very well thought of and highly considered by other people of maybe getting a manager's job by the sounds of it. Getting a drink and he'll be back, no worries, Connor. And if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. You know what you sound like. We know what you sound like, but it's nice to hear you. It's nice hearing everyone's voice, to be honest with you. As Steve said, just being able to hear someone's voice makes it different when you see them in the chat. Makes it completely different then. Go on. You will. Was that the year Leicester won something? It wasn't that year. Actually, didn't they win the League Cup around that time? So they might have won something. It wasn't the year they won the Premier League, which was a massive thing. Ali needs a cameo account. Word up. Yeah, a wee holiday romance. Good idea for Arconic. Alright, you sent another one. Your voice is dreadful, Jinxie. How do you know? People might like your voice. Hang on, I'll try and do that. Oh, hang on.
Go on.
Do it again now.
Steve, will you go on? Go on.
Go on. Right, and now.
Steve, will you go on?
None of you's hearing me until I sort me Whittle O's out. Oh no. The Whittle O. I still haven't sorted that out. I'm going to have to sort that out tomorrow. Yeah, but the Whittle does have a strange O. Which, it can sound quite camp while in the middle of an incredibly aggressive scouse sounding threat. It blows your mind. Lad, I'm going to smash your face in. Get outside. Do you want to go? What? This cannot compute. But that's the way it is. That's exactly 100% how it sounds as well, by the way. Honest. The Whirlo. But do not let that die out, because that's part and parcel of the way the language is there. Got to keep it. It's there, man. Yeah. There you go. Just see how confident our Kirsty is after a few live streams. Great to see her smile. It is. And it is surprising how quickly you get used to that. Not just hearing yourself, seeing yourself, being part of that environment. It is confidence building. When people say to you, you need to build your confidence. Well, how do I build it? This is one of the things you can do. Especially if you're doing it like Kirsty's doing it and the way I've done it, luckily. If you're doing it in a very controlled environment to begin with. You're not going to go live for your first couple of live streams and have 400 people from all over the world watching you. It's just the people that you know from within the community. People whose either phone numbers you've got or you've got on Instagram or something, who will send you a message afterwards saying that was great. Can I get some feedback? Yeah, of course. What do you want to know? Thought this went well, that went well. Have you tried looking at this? Like with Kirsty, have you tried looking at this for a rabbit hole to go down? This particular subject. Have you tried doing this with your microphone so it doesn't sound as clipped? Get all that out the way to begin with. Get all your nerves out the way to begin with. And then you can end up being like an absolute uber knobhead for hours at a time, like I am. And you get used to your own voice. You get used to seeing yourself on the screen. It's good character building if you are struggling that way. No, that sounded filthy. It did. Sounded filthy. Tom to Tom will sound fantastic. I guarantee you that, mate. I guarantee you that. Oh, listen, my guy used to use a bear as a front. I did. And look at me now. This is what happens when you can build up your confidence. Like I say, in a pretty much contained environment. You're talking to your mates. You're not talking to a stream full of randomers, which now it doesn't bother me if we get random people in the stream because I'm used to it. But a year ago, if I ended up getting loads of different people coming in, my arse would have gone. I'd have just pressed off and then, I can't deal with this. But balls to it. After a while, you get used to it. But yeah, you don't need to use a bear as a front anymore. I've learned, I've grown. Sorry, I make you groan. Not in a good way, by the way. But that shows you how far I've come in general, to be honest with you. That bear, I think my first bear video that I put on was that 2012. Might have been 2012. So my videos on YouTube go back a long, long way. I think the earliest one was 2009, but I think my first bear one might have been... Actually, that might have been 2009 as well. Back then, there was no way on earth I would even consider putting my face on a screen. The stroke changed a lot. I stopped caring at that point. But I've come a long way since then, and also come a long way in the last year. So if anyone's struggling or doesn't like the voice or isn't confident, you can jump on and do a live stream. We'll be there for you. See if it builds up your confidence. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you at least give it a go. 100% humidity means the air is saturated, but it doesn't mean rain necessarily. But it's just the way it's worded, isn't it? 100% humidity should just mean it's water. You're going for a swim rather than going for a walk. Ali, do you make your living doing certain phone calls? I was thinking the same thing because you have a very a voice made for that kind of thing, I think. There could be a few quid for you in that. What am I wearing? Boiler suit and a balaclava. It's only 40 degrees out. Yeah, the money was just resting in the account there, Al. 50-50, chat back. Yeah, Ali, what's the number? As if we didn't know. 0898, was it 36 24 36? I seem to remember. Men will remember that number, won't they? Fuck you know, yeah. Means the air can't hold more water, so if there's any more water, it will rain. Is that what that means? It looks as though Ali's got a cough sweet stuck in her throat there. Out it comes. It's a hochtanoia, a dich, a treaketa, a kuyathe. I don't know. I apologise to all of Ireland for that. That looks like it's a hocht. It's a hochtanoi, a dich, a treaketa, a kuyathe. Connor's back. I apologise again for that one. Just trying to butcher the Irish language there. Connor can translate. You have to translate that for us. It's making no sense to me at all. May as well be Swahili for me. Oh, Swahili. Yes, you get a different feeling now when you read Steve-O. A very different feeling one that for which you would have to pay handsomely normally if it was on the phone line. Yeah, I thought I recognised your voice when I heard you. But I think it's always nice being able to put a face to a name and then also a voice to a face is always good. Ali, the phonetics make it even worse. A hookti a naya det a thria kater a kuig a shay. What? Someone ranked all the countries by sexiness and Ukraine was first but Ireland ranked last. Not a chance. Not a chance. I think someone's doing that the wrong way round. Absolutely no chance. As the accent alone is enough to send a few people over the edge. Not mentioning any names. Steve-O or Stevie-O. Yeah, well, it could be Steve-O. Or our Stevie-O has been Scorchio all week, as we can see. Hethetheth, Pethethetheth, Kethethetheth. Stevie-O. It's the Irish numbers. Ah, a hochti and a det, a tria cater. So cater is like four, like quattro cater. A coig a shay. Right. Right. Mandy, you've already got a voice in your head of our Mandy. I have absolutely no idea what our Mandy could possibly sound like because lived in the Midlands, lives in Wales. It could be absolutely anything. Aisling B and Dara O'Brien. Yep. Well, yeah, Dara's not my kind of thing, to be honest with you. But, you know. There's some great Irish voices. I still think you can't beat Tommy Tiernan when he's angry. I got 4 right. As in, I got the number 4 right. I didn't get 4 of them right. Ali sounded like an Irish numbers station. Alright, what have you sent me now? Have you sent another one, did you say? Right, hang on. So, no, stop. My phone's been going mental the last few days. Right, here we go.
A hocht ani a de a cara cúig a sé. A hocht ani a de a cara cúig a sé.
There's rhythm to that. I like that.
A hocht ani a de a cara cúig a sé.
A hocht is 8, a nay is 9, a det is 10, cater is 4, a quig is 5, and a shay is 6. You hear Catherine Zeta-Jones, alright. Catherine Zeta-Jones, marvellous, fabulous. Where was you going when I saw you coming back? I don't fucking mean that now, man. My baby fell down the shit house this morning, Mrs. Robinson. Did it die? No, it lived. Whose coat is that jacket? And whose knife and fork is this spoon? I parked my bike outside a shop, and when I come out, there it was, gone. According to Scouse workmates at a call centre in Knowsley, you sound posh. Anybody sounds posh to people in Knowsley, to be honest with you. What part of Knowsley was it? Was it Kirby or was it Heighton? If you didn't sound like a castle door opening when you said E, then you will sound posh to people in Knowsley. E? What are you on about, you knobhead? Yes, I can imagine Mandy being prim and proper. Well, speaking prim and proper, we obviously know, don't we, by having murder on the dance floor with her 4 bows, that she's not prim and proper in that bloody way. Not from a Jane Austen novel, are you? Yeah, very, very school marmish, I would have thought. I say you, yes you, young man. Definitely don't sound Welsh. Too late, you do. I'm sick of them bin man, I've had a bit of fucking ear, hadn't I, boy? That's what you sound like. And your fingernails are always black, or you've been working at the pit. We know you. Singing a cappella down the pub, drinking pints of bitters. Man, no clue, you just got on a bus. Do you not need to know where you're going to get somewhere? Or is this a bus that was sent to you? It's not just like, you know, I jumped on the 78 and ended up somewhere. Ari's not looking for anything. It has to be a sound Danish, that's a terrible accent. It's not. Accents are accents. People don't like their own sometimes. I think there's nothing wrong with accents from all over the world. It's boss, mate. I didn't see the Ray Reardon clip with him talking about being in a mine collapse. What? Sorry to see him go as well. Just absolutely fantastic fella. I seen him talking to Ronnie O'Sullivan and how much Ronnie loved him. Fantastic fella. I always thought he was really severe and, you know, dour, and then you seen him on Pop Black and acting him, just being himself. What an absolutely top fella. But he managed to have a decent long life, so if he was in a mine collapse and managed to live till he was in his 80s, was it? Fair play, man. Helen said good night. That's Helen, our Norfolk correspondent. I have to change that round. Doing remarkable work in the field. Good night, Helen. You have Fax Condi, which makes up for your accents, and great 7-Elevens. How do you pronounce Fax Condi? It's not Fax, it'll be something different. It's not Faye, but it'll be something mad, won't it? You're Peter Schmeichel in your head, yep. It could also be very Scouse, because loads of Danes sound Scouse. If they're from Copenhagen, they do anyway. It's not just Tommy Gravison either, or Jan Mulbu. Not Jan Mulby, by the way. It's not Mulby, it's Mulbu. Or Søren Lerbu. Jan Sørensen, and my dad played alongside at FC Twente. Phoned him up one day and said, alright Billy, do you fancy going for a game of darts? And my dad, what the fucking hell are you from? The Kirby end of Copenhagen. But that's exactly how he spoke. People from Copenhagen speak English with a Scouse accent. It is bizarre. Maybe, I don't know, is it something to do with the ship trade? Sailors, did they get it from us? Did we get it from them? How does it work? I don't know. It's mad. Ali's from the faithful county. Gravison, not Schmeichel, yep. Tommy Grav, Mad Dog. But it is mad. We've known a few other people from Copenhagen who also speak with that same accent. Mad thing, fam. But then this does work because in the Netherlands, the part I was from, what the fuck am I talking about? From the part I lived where I learned how to speak Dutch. They speak with a Twents accent, which is like speaking Dutch with a Geordie accent. And if you went to Utrecht, it sounds like people speaking Dutch with a Brummie accent. It is very strange. And coming from where I did and learning Dutch, Amsterdam has one as well, and I can't work out who it is. But when we went through Utrecht, it was like these just sound like the Brummies speaking Dutch, and then someone in Amsterdam hearing someone speak proper the Queen's Dutch. Apparently, they don't speak like us. I thought, well, we speak Dutch as though we're Geordies. It's mad. But that's just the way it works. I'm sure everywhere you go in the world, you will find someone who speaks your language and it sounds like it's in an accent from somewhere else. People from your region have a certain accent when speaking English. I'm sure it works that way. I absolutely do. Your new manager, the Hoth, has a brilliant English accent. Have you heard Everton have been blessed with some of these amazing accents? Amadou Onana and Iliman Ndiaye and Neil Maupay all sound like they're from London, genuinely. I think Lukaku as well spoke a little bit like that, and of course Kevin De Bruyne just sounds like he's from England as well. It's mad. Their accents are strange. What accent was Steve McLaren doing? An incredibly offensive one. For me, it was like the Dutch equivalent of singing "Goodness Gracious Me." You don't need to say Windows for people in the Netherlands to understand you, Steve. He's from Derby originally, isn't he? It's not like he's got a massive, mad accent that people can't understand. Simply sensational. No, it's alright, just say simply sensational. They'll understand what you say. Their English is better than yours, Steve. Seriously. The Dutch is definitely worse. Offaly is an awfully nice place. You haven't been there yet? Yet. That word. That's a great word, yet. 3 letters, that's small. And yet it has got so much promise. Yet always suggests there is a possibility. I haven't won the lottery yet. Things like that. Does it depend what TV programmes they watch to learn English? Mandy, it does, and this could be done as a sociological experiment. The Netherlands, again, when we were there, before the advent of the World Wide Web and be able to watch any television that you want, they used to be able to get some English TV bleeding over from the UK to where they were. We couldn't get it in the East, but Amsterdam, they could get Northern TV. They get parts of Granada or Yorkshire TV, and the signal was good for that. And then from Rotterdam and places, they could probably get Anglia TV and possibly London. So there was more chance of them in Rotterdam watching EastEnders and more chance of them in Amsterdam watching Coronation Street. So the English that you heard in Amsterdam had a slightly northern twang to it, and in Rotterdam a slightly southern twang. And that's apparently where it came down from. The most English that they were watching at the time used to be Corrie or EastEnders. Emmerdale, similar kind of thing. Corrie and Emmerdale or EastEnders. So the difference in what TV bled over to where you are dictated on how you spoke. Yes, it was very much, I'm enjoying your simply sensational country. But he won the title with them. So they forgive him now. He almost sent them, into administration. He almost completely collapsed as a club because of him spending money they didn't have. But they won the title, so they were buzzing off that. Ali, you've never been to Cork. You've got relatives in Kerry. Been donkey's years since you were down there. Yeah, the idea of the Dutch watching Emmerdale indoor league, wouldn't you love it? But doesn't that's the reason why nowadays, no matter where you go in the world, people speaking English speak it with an American accent because they're just constantly watching Hollywood films or American TV series. That's how they hear English. And I hate it. I mean, Heather was talking about a Dutch accent. I love the Dutch accent speaking English. In the same way I love the Swedish accent speaking English, the Danish, German, French accents, Italians. Speaking English in their own accent sounds brilliant. When it's all Americanized, it's just, you're missing something, I think. Missing the individuality, which is a shame. So I'd rather it just stuck with their own stuff. But also it is quite funny if you can hear someone speaking English in a very, very strange, unexpected accent. When you were a kid, if it was foggy, you'd sometimes get Dutch or German TV, depends on the weather, yeah. The signals would go further. I lived on the coast, on the border of Netherlands and Germany. I mean, literally a couple of 100 metres away from the German border. So we got lots of German TV, and I'd watch German football. And if you know what football is, you'll know what football is in any other language. You know, if someone's offside, you know what the commentator's going to shout. A flag's going up or it's offside. What that means, offside. Buitenspel, yeah. Fuera de juego, offside, yes, I know. You can pick stuff up, so you pick up little words, and of course Dutch and German and English are not that far mixed between them. There's quite similar, so you can pick up loads. I picked up loads of German just by watching that. And of course, dubbed into German, watching John Wayne bounce through doors and walk into a saloon and then start talking in a very high-pitched camp German voice will never not be funny. We had German TV and they used to have Swedish TV. So again, it depends on where you're from. You've got influences on what your language will be as well. First children's TV you watched was German. You're born in 89 and didn't have Danish kids stuff on more than one channel till 1990. Man, do you have a Canadian friend who was hooked on Corrie? Some people love it, don't they? No matter where it is in the world. And of course, Corrie, I mean, it's an institution for us, but blows people's minds when you tell them it's been on since 1950 odd, or whatever it was. I like when the Americans were going on about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia being the world's longest running sitcom, and then someone pointed out that Last of the Summer Wine had been going on for 900 years. What? Really? Yes, really. American mates who grew up watching Tom Jones on TV because all the mums loved him, of course. Who wouldn't love Tom Jones, especially 70s Tom Jones when he was a top gooser? With all that mad dancing that he used to do. Ed going, fucking boss man. The Jones boy. Yeah, it is good, isn't it? Now that you hear the voice, it's feel like you know someone better. I think it's better. I do, really do. It's better seeing someone and better hearing someone. Those who are willing to do that, of course. No one feel pressure to do so. But yeah, it is nice. Putting faces to names and voices to faces. But Jesus, 11:15. And considering I didn't think I was going to make even an hour tonight, that hurts Van Rental, man. I'm going to have to give it a miss now, to jib it off now, man. I need to go and put my feet up, have a glass of non-alcoholic wine, and remember that it's Sunday. Fuck. Just quickly check the thing with the thing and the thing. Where is it? Sky Plus. This no longer works. Yes, I know. But I can still see what's on. Right. Red Dwarf, yes, 1 o'clock in the morning. Schmool and beef. It's already tomorrow there, of course. It is. Get your dancing shoes on. Get prepared. Are we ready to drop the beat? Beat. Steve, you're off as well. Get some new tyres on the Fold Trains It. Now, your Fold Trains It is your industry standard. Before we go, we are going to have to... Ali.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Level 27. Amazing. Anyway, here we go. In a 3, 2, 1.
Another great night here at the Bears Paws. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. We've had a good chat, told the odd joke. Now get in the hot tub for a post-stream soak.
Right, Mandy, a belated
It's going up, 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 it's there.
for your level up the other day. And that is that.